Right, we're live.
Right, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the F1 division in CCRL. We're here live at the Singapore Grand Prix for hopefully another great race that we had last week. My name is Hal Quintana, and I'm joined by a new commentator because unfortunately Sally can't join us. So it will be CCRL Sains. Good evening, young man.
Good evening.
And how are we doing today?
I'm alright, mate. How about you?
Good. Well, we've got, this is going to be interesting. We've got a wet quali in Singapore. Every intermediate tyre, so I don't know if it's going to be full wet all the way through, or if we've got, I'm not too sure if it's going to be, it could be a number of things, but it's going to be interesting. So, 23 corners, no DRS obviously, because we're running. What was your thought about tonight, Zones?
Well, I'm expecting Viper to be on pole. Obviously, being one of the more dominant drivers this season, let's just say that. But anything can happen, especially in the rain. Even Viper can make mistakes, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I have no clue now that it's raining who's going to be on pole position.
Well, speaking of Mercedes, they're on their way out. It is Vierty Lifted, who is about to start us off. He's about to just join on the track in Mercedes. Last week was a very interesting race, I have to say. It was back and forth around the start. It was a brilliant race last week. I'm hoping we're going to have more of the same in the F1 division round the Singapore Grand Prix. And well, I mean, you've missed around here, obviously, your sons, and so have I, but it's hard enough in the dry, but it's equally as hard in the wet. Do you agree?
Yeah, I guess so. It depends on that.
It's all about strategy, isn't it? So, well, I mean, obviously, we all know that obviously Viper won the championship, but apparently there's still a constructors' battle ongoing at the moment, that's what I've been told.
Yes, there is. I'm not even sure who's leading that at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either, so. Well, I've just sent an invite to somebody because we just had somebody leave the session, so I've just resent him back out. Obviously, I don't know what the situation is. Obviously, the constructors, but I can have a quick look while you're.
Williams and Haas and Mercedes are the top three.
So we've got. Oh, okay, that's going to be interesting. So now I'm pretty sure Viper's in the Williams, and obviously Lefty is in the Mercedes, and who is the fastest driver in the Haas driver? Isn't it? Is it okay? Is it? No, he's a Renault driver, isn't he? Okay.
Thibaut, I can't pronounce his name. Thibaut, ERL. Yeah.
Oh, Tibor.
You know,
Tibor.
Yeah, Tibor.
Tibor. Right. Okay. So we're about to start our first. We're about to start our first opening lap, a flying lap. Here we go. Here comes Lefty. He's going to start us literally right on the front. Oh, he's spun out there. He just lost the back end. He's okay. He's now going to hold it. That was very interesting. Right, anyway, so here we go. Turn 1. This is going to be very interesting. This is around this skiers corner. Then you've got turn 2 and turn 3. Nicely round turn 3 as we approach turn 4. This is where you can either make it or break it. And then we literally got to be very careful coming around turn 5. You can easily invalidate your lap. Straight away, all the way down to the end. Again, that back end just poking out a little bit from the Mercedes. He holds onto it with dear life. Around turn 6, approaching turn 7. Here we go. Nicely into turn 7. Beautifully done there. As he approaches turn 8, this is the one that's going to catch you. Now, this is the most delicate part. This is the most part of the track where you've got to be very, very careful. Turn 8 all the way through with this little middle sector. It's bad enough in the dry, it's hard enough in the wet. Here we go, turn 9, nicely done now, all the way down, approaching turn 10. Here we go, as he approaches turn 10, straight into turn 10, round to turn 11, and straight away, already up to turn 12. And he's being very, very cautious. It looks as if he probably, has he backed off? I'm not too sure if he actually backed off there, signs, but we'll have a look as he approaches turn 13. This is a long straight all the way down to turn 14, but another place. He has backed off. See? It looks like he's actually just picked up a bit more speed. Williams moving out of the way. We go turn 14. Now he goes turn 15. And then we've got a nice little chicane here to 16 and 17. 16, 17,
Yeah.
all the way around. Again?
He means ELS, so I doubt this is his actual lap.
Ah, right, okay. So, okay, well in that case then we will come off to who is actually next in the lap then? Who we got? Shaky? It looks as if it is. I think it is actually Shaky. He's actually in the Alfa Romeo. He's approaching turns 20 and 21. So we've got yellow flag, sector 2, sector 3, VRT listed at 1:55.16 intermediates. I don't think that's a very, very quick time. There, here we go, this is turn 20 and 21. He's going to come up to turn 22. And here we go, around turn 23, this is for Jakey. And 22, all the way around turn 23. Got to be very careful, and does a 1:52.6. Oh, and here comes...
That's a lap, so he could be done.
Well, here comes McKay, and he's done a 52.5. He's just beating him by a 10th. So... pretty good at the moment, so we're just trying to see who's that. Callum's just done a 1:52.1 in the Toro Rosso. Very nicely done. Oh, sorry, in the Red Bull. Apologies, not in the Toro, sorry. In the Red Bull, apologies. Yeah. So, I'm catching up, sorry. Who's next out? Right, here comes Hawks. He does a 57.8 in the Toro Rosso. Puts him in 7th place at the moment. So we're getting some decent times. Easton's in the other, in the other Williams, but he's going very slow. Don't know what he's done now. Let's have a look. Who else we got? We've got Mr. Baraka in the Red Bull, just coming through up to turn 12. Sorry, up to turn 13, apologies. And he's coming down to turn 14. It looks as if they're having problems in the middle sector there, doesn't it, Sands?
Yeah, it does. Mr. Barker does set the fastest middle sector so far.
Yes. Oh, has it now? Right, okay. So let's see what we can do around, this is 16 and 17. As he comes up, we're going to approach 18, 19, 20 and 21. So let's have a look. Here we go, 18, 19 underneath the bridge. 19 turn to the apex down, 18 and then turn 19. He's going to approach turn 20. Again, literally, hopefully just touch the apex. He does. Oh, he almost invalidated it, but here comes around 21. Still going pretty quick. This is actually going to be a decent lap here from Baraka. So he comes around 22 and then straight around 23. This is going to be a quick time. You're actually going to get 51.6.
Very good lap from Mr. Baraka.
Very impressive. Very, very impressive. And Viper,
even Viper can't beat it.
Matches it at 51.6, but literally... So they're two setting the pace at the moment. We thought it would be quicker. Callum was a 52.1, but a 51.6 from them, so interesting. Very, very interesting. Right, okay, let's have a look at the other guys who haven't actually set a lap. Porty Boots in the Racing Points. He didn't know, well, he had a very mixed race in the start last week. I mean, I'm still obviously learning these drivers. You know them more than I do, Sands. I mean, you know, what sport you been like the season altogether?
Being someone who has not really watched the Tier 1 races, I know what he do from other leagues, and he's a quick driver, but I don't think he's far on the pace in the front runners here.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so look, there's a 14.3 mil sector there from Porty Boot in the Racing Points. So let's have a look and see what we can try and do as he approaches 15 or 16, 17 and 18, apologies. I'm losing it. I'm losing it, yeah, sorry. 18 and 19, there you go. It's coming around for this one. So it's turn 18 to 19. Get myself confused with all my tournaments here. There we go, 20 and 21. So let's have a look. This is not bad, but it's going to be in the high. It's going to be very, very well. It's actually not a bad time actually for Porty Boot. It's a 53.5. Not bad at all. It's very impressive. Here comes Golden in the Ferrari, and he comes round, but it's not fast enough. He didn't have a very good race at all at Spa. He had a really rotten race. It was unfortunate for him. So hopefully he can try and make up in this race here. So. And then we've got last but not least Square in the Alfa Romeo. So let's have a look. Let's go in. I'll just look at this really quickly. Have a look at the stream, see if we've got any chats, because obviously I know you're streaming their time, so I'll have a look in the chat, see what's going on there. Square is going really slow. He's very cautious around here actually. We've got a yellow face.
AVR season a lot. I think that's just something so the Galaxies on the lap and looks pretty decent so far.
So look, yeah, he's coming around at 17, 18. Oh, look, his Red Bull moves out of the way. He comes up to turn 18 and 90. So look at the racing points and nice turn in turn 18. And again, hits the apex in turn 19. It's still not heavy, it's still intermediate wet, but I think they are pushing the boundaries of that track. And it is a pretty decent lap at the moment. He's coming around. Turn 23, turn 23. Let's have a look. As he comes around, let's have a look. It's a 53.0. Not a bad time as well.
Decent lap from Pad.
Yeah, not bad at all, actually, to be honest. So, Jim MX has now managed to get back into his car, so maybe he'll probably set a lap actually in Toro Rosso. He needs to set a lap. But, so far, it looks as if it's going to be a very low 53 or high 52. So
Gold in the penultimate corner.
Who's that? Sorry?
Into the final corner now, Golden.
There we go.
A very quick lap.
52.5.
52.5.
Invalidated.
It's invalid.
It's invalidated. Right, he's
Wait,
going to have another try. So let's have a look. Right, turn 1, turn 2. Nice to turn 2. Right, turn 3 for Golden. He really needs to step up his game, but that is, he's done 2 laps in his intermediates, and he's all over the place. Look at him. He's literally just absolutely battling that car. As he comes up turn 5, who goes? He got straight, and then we've got a half driver behind him getting a cheeky toe. I don't know who that is. Keep an eye on it. So anyway, here comes Golden up to first sector, 30.8 middle first sector. Not a bad first time now. He's got to be really careful back here, just spinning out at turn 7 now as he approaches turn 8. He's under pressure, isn't he, Sands?
Yeah, he's definitely feeling the pressure. He's making a couple of mistakes that he really doesn't want to be.
Let's have a look around this middle sector. This is the one that's actually going to catch him out if he really needs to be very, very... Oh, I'll tell you what, that back end just keeps on kicking out, doesn't it? He almost clipped the wall there, and he's just getting so close to the wall. And just push that back end, just keeps on spinning out at the last seconds. He's overcorrecting himself. Lots of oversteer around that car, but... Tell you what, let's have a look. It's a 14.9 middle sector, so it's pretty good so far. But I think this is where he actually lost it. He invalidated his lap round this corner, and this is the one that will catch you out. It's turn 16 and 17. Here comes turn 16, round turn 17. He hasn't invalidated, which is better. He's going to come around to turn 18 and 19. Oh, this is Golden. Oh, that ass driver just literally clipped the back end of his rear tyre onto the back wall there. And I tell you what, how close is he getting to that wall there? Round turn 20 and 21, he's just literally trying to get that car as quickly as he can around the track. Is he coming in? He's coming to the pits. Wow. Okay.
It's not a very good lap. Should we watch Thibaut? Probably watch it again.
Oh, Thibaut. Even a 52.2, so that was actually him who would actually get a cheeky toe. So we'll keep an eye out on what's going on. But we've got McCabe. He's on an outlap at the moment, so he's decided he's going to throw a hat in quickly in the Renault to see if he can actually go quicker. So, at the moment, like I said, he's done a 52.1. Do you think, personally, I was saying that's quick enough? I say that, 51.1 there, go from
the track must be improving. The track is, right. I think the rain is getting slightly lighter as we speak.
Well, Jakey has just done a 51.1 on 5-lap-old intermediate tyres. That's impressive.
Thibaut has lost the back end a huge amount. Yeah, so
Here comes McCabe. Right, McCabe at the moment, he's just on the flying lap now, so literally he's on his way. Let's have a look and see if he can actually improve on his time. Let's have a look first sector. This could be the first thing about it. It's brand spanking new fresh. He's a little bit off his personal best at the moment on the first sector, but he's got a bit of traffic in front of him. It looks like it's a Haas and an Alfa Romeo, so we'll have a look and see how he gets on. But this could possibly... Oh, sorry, no, it's not on fresh set. It's actually on 2-lap-old intermediate tyres. But the house has moved out of the way. Let's have a look and see if it gets him better or gets him worse. What do you reckon, Sons?
Better, I think.
Viper's just done a fast lap. Sorry about that, guys. He's just done a 51.0 in the Williams, the championship winner. And let's have a look at Riker. He's actually right. Anyway, let's have a look at McKay. Let's see. He's 2 seconds slower. Yeah, man. Thibaut's just coming around. Whoa! He's just spun it on the did! Oh my goodness, facing the wrong way as well.
On the final corner. And Alpha gets it really close then. Was that
Oh
squeeze?
dear!
Oh, Chabot gets the side.
It's swerved from the section. He was trying to get himself back into the pits. That is the wrong thing to do there. Very wrong thing to do. Silly boy. Shouldn't be doing things like that. Right. I know we shouldn't really be saying things like that on the stream, but I'm sorry, but you know, at the end of the day, you've got to get yourself around the proper way. Don't try and take the detour way. That's the wrong thing to do. Right, Corey Marshall. Corey Marshall is just finishing off his lap in the McLaren, yeah, by the way, Stains. Turn 20 and turn 21, let's see if he can actually improve. He's on a fresh set of intermediate tyres, let's have a look. It's looking pretty decent, there we go, 22, 23, and it is a 52.5, not bad from him. Right, let's have a look at Baraka. Well, Baraka's just coming around at the moment. He's actually on a fresh set of intermediate tyres himself. Let's have a look and see if he can actually make up. He was a tenth slower in his middle sector, so let's have a look and see if he can actually make up in the last sector, 22 and 23. Let's have a look. It is a 51.4. It does improve, but not close enough to the other two. Right, who's next? Let's have a look. Overkill's going to the pits. Corey Marshall. Let's have a look. Easton, he's in the pits. Oaks. Hold on a minute. Let's have a look. Oaks is just starting his lap now in the racing point. He is just coming down the first straight in the first sector. Let's have a look. He's on a fresh set of intermediate tyres to see if he can actually improve in his time. And he's found a 10th there, almost 2 tenths in his first sector. That's pretty good. Let's have a look and see if he can actually improve. Easton's retired. He feels he's fast enough. 52.9, which is all the back end there from Oaks. Literally, I'll see, sorry, as he comes round. Let's have a look at this. Sector 2 is split into 1. Thibaut has left the session, not what's happened to him. I'll just quickly have a look.
I feel like he's not going to be in the session for a while now, so he may as well.
Yeah,
just
pretty
make
much, yeah.
time trial or something.
Probably, it might be an issue, but Oxtease is coming down through, this is up to 10-14, let's see if he's made up any more, and he's 3 tenths slow in the middle sector, so that 2 tenths made up in the first, he's lost it in the second sector. So these, even those fresh intermediates, they're not doing him any wonders whatsoever, are they? It's not good at all. Yeah, I think he should be alright. Yes.
Right. Improved up into 4th.
Golden done a 51.7. He's got himself to the 4th. Nicely done, Lefty Golden. Well done there. Try and keep up this. Right, Lefty is actually on a fresh set of intermediate tyres, and he's found his 4 tenths quicker in his middle sector. There we go. That's more like it. So let's have a look and see what we can do round into sector 3. Well, we've got turns 16 and 17. Nicely done there. Beautiful. Baraka has retired from the race. I don't know if he's actually pitted. Yeah, he's probably pitted in the pit and the pit. Sorry, so he's retired in the pits. Let's see. Oh, his back end is spun out literally. I'll tell you what, he was literally got a shock of a lifetime. He had to catch that back end pretty good. Let's have a look. I think that might have been. It's still decent time. It's a 51.9. It's up to 5th, and that gets him through easily. Right, let's have a look.
Square is about to come through the final corner. Oh, he's taking a bit of his wing off on the exit.
He has. Back in there. So look, it's going to be good. Is it going to be good enough? No, it's not. He's out.
He must have been validated because he hasn't improved.
No, he has not improved, and Hawks is out, and that's Q1 done. Well, tell you what, I have to say. Very interesting to see what's going on around here, but well, there you go. So Viper with the fastest time, 51.0. Jakey gave him something to think about with 51.1, and then Baraka with 51.4, and that was the actual fastest times we had. So pretty decent. So what do you reckon on that one there, Sons?
I think it's struck a couple of surprises after his square. Probably should have been out of Q1, certainly. And some drivers like Rising V4 haven't really proved themselves, have gotten through without. Oh,
So we'll have a look. This is going to be very, very difficult because look at what's dear. Like he's just hit the walls. We've got to get all these guys in here very, very quickly because otherwise, the game has this knack of crashing cars into the back of them and taking them out of the race, don't they? Like there's Ferrari at the moment. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to this at all. There we go. Oh dear. Oh jeez.
Oh,
wow. It's not Jakey's fault. He's not controlling his car. There's a problem. So.
not.
No, it's all right. So, looks like we've got a problem with the chat actually. Fun enough. On the actual Twitch, nobody's actually chatting in now. So I don't know what's happening, but we've got a bit of an issue with Twitch at the moment. So, but anyway, so do you want to take us through the people that we've lost?
We have lost Hawk, who set a 154 flat, which was quite far behind actually. Expected him to do a bit better. F4 Square obviously with that last invalidation after hitting the wall. Probably he'll be kicking himself really, and he will be ashamed to not be through like he would have wanted. And Zizou, who didn't even set a lap for whatever reason, maybe gone for food or something, but I'm sure that he's going to miss that now. This being a track that, although it can cause a lot of havoc, you're not really going to come back from it. I mean, you're starting
very
to
true.
come back.
That is extremely true, but obviously, it was a very silly move to make on the on there. But look at that, no rain. Right now, let's see. Now, obviously, this is all about strategy because it is a two-stop strategy. Well, it's a one-stop strategy, but obviously, could have safety cars, could have issues. I mean, if it was you. Racing in science, what would you do? Would you go out on hards or would you go out on mediums? What would you do?
Definitely go out on the hards, because mediums, they aren't really the right tyres to be on, I think, at the start of the thing. Most people would go on the hards, get the first in as long as you can, but then you risk being the safety car and strategy being ruined. And I think you'd look at what other drivers are doing first, rather than for deciding set in stone you're going to be on the hards.
Well, JP is the first out in the Alfa Romeo. He's actually on hard tyres. That back end is just kicking out all over the place. There's been a few drivers like that actually. Leclerc had a problem with Mercedes, didn't he, in the intermediates? So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's traction control. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's their setup. I'm not too sure. What do you reckon it is, Saints?
Possibly setup. Surely.
Oh, Jake just gone right deep there. What has happened to Jake? Looks like he just had a massive flip. It's just been absolutely, completely straight on. And Baraka's
actually having a good time on hard, is he?
No, he's not.
I guess the track must still be damp and have a lot of standing water.
Yeah, it's still a bit damp at the moment. That's why Baraka's just warming up the tyres, just trying to get round as quick as he can in the Red Bull. Those hard tyres, you can still see the dampness on the track now. It's not pretty, it's not, we'll have a look and see if the DRS is actually been activated, but it won't take long for the track to dry up. But once these guys are on the hard tyres, they're having a few issues at the moment, just getting around, and it's all about warming up your tyres and getting a decent sort of laps. So we'll have a look and see how he gets on. So I tell you what, Jakey's probably sitting there going, damn it. So we'll have a look and see how it goes. The question we've got to ask yourself is, I mean, obviously, who's going to take the faster lap? Is it going to be the soft tyres? Is it going to be the medium tyres? I'm not too sure at the moment. We're trying to see if it could be anybody that we can possibly get who's going to be having a decent sort of lap. So,
I'm not seeing anyone typing in chat today.
no, unfortunately, the chat doesn't seem to be up. I'm not too sure what's going on there, so I had to have a look at it. And Baraka has decided he's gone into the pits. Right, okay.
The hards aren't the right tyre to be on, maybe.
Well, Overkill set some fastest laps last week in Spa. Now, bear in mind, obviously, this is a completely different track to Spa, but it's still a technical track. So we'll have a look and see how he gets on. Is he going to stay out on the hards, or is he going to come in? No, he's decided he's going to stay out. So we'll have a look at him. We'll see how he gets on. And as he starts, and Jakey has actually stayed out on the hards as well. So we'll keep an eye on Jakey for this. Oh, he's invalidated his lap already, so forget that. We'll go back to Overkill. Right. And Overkill's invalidated his lap as well. Right. But left-handed. And he's invalidated his lap as well.
Golden has not invalidated. Oh,
And
he's
Golden
invalidated his
has.
lap as well. As I said, he hasn't invalidated yet. He goes and invalidates.
Unbelievable. Right, okay, right, Barney, please, come on, Barney, set it up. Let's see if you can. Don't invalidate the first lap. Here we go. Oh, he's good. No, he hasn't. Good start there around turn 3 up to turn 4. Please don't invalidate your lap, Barney. Let's have a look and see what kind of time you can see. Here we go. Round to turn 5. Nicely done here. Beautifully done. And DRS is enabled. There we go. Wide open all the way down. Fast as you possibly can up to turn 7. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can actually try and keep this actual corner. Nicely done. Very, very beautifully done. Jakey's left his session. Know what's happening there. So keep an eye on that. I'll just get him back in. Don't know what's happening here. We've got 3 issues with this tonight, I have to say. Right, here we go. As Barney continues on his nice lap here. Not invalidating, just being very, very cautious. Very nicely tidy. We go. Oh, I'll tell you what, that was close. Barney comes up. This is turn 12, 13. Around turn 13. This is nicely done there from Barney. Here he goes. Full pedal. Oh, he's gone a little bit too low to the left. I don't know what happened there. It looks like he was not paying attention. He's backed off.
He's backed off.
Oh, dear. Luigi is up on the floor. Let's have a look and see what he can do. He comes to turn further. Yeah, Luigi, yeah. Nicely on the apex there. Beautifully turned down all the way up to turn 14. Again, it's like the car wants to go left all of a sudden. Let's have a look and see how he can push through. It is a 111.4 on the first and middle sector. This is the hard tyres. So let's have a look. You can see that damp patch all over there on the end of sector 3. So round 6-2 seems to be growing up a little bit more. Here we go. Here comes Luigi. Nicely turning around turn 15 and 16 and 17. Here comes 18 and 19. Underneath the bridge, nicely touching the apex. A little bit too deep, but he managed to stretch himself. Nicely done to turn 19. We go approach turn 20 and 21. And Barney has set a 59 too, but he's not fast enough. He did back off massively. Here we go. Here he comes flying around. This is literally Luigi with the first lap, and it's a 48.2 in the lead in the hard tyres. Right. So look, Easton. Well, Easton is just coming around in. Well, I don't know what he's doing. He's wearing a massive pink helmet in that Williams car.
No, he's got invalidated. He's invalidated.
Has he invalidated as well? There's another one.
Yeah.
What is going on around here? Unbelievable. Right, okay.
Kills hasn't.
Golden. Right, here we go. Golden's actually on that in the hard tyres. Here we go. He hasn't invalidated this time. Good. Let's keep an eye on this one.
Golden has. Golden has invalidated.
No, Golden hasn't. No, he hasn't invalidated yet. So here we go. Turn 14.
Golden has invalidated.
111.6. So who isn't? Sorry.
Golden is invalidated.
Has he invalidated?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. I thought he hadn't actually. Sorry. I'll take that back. Right. Okay. So who hasn't invalidated? Let's have a look. Right. Here comes Easton. What is Easton doing? Let's have a look. Oh. Where's Overkill? Overkill does a 46.0. Thanks for that. Right, okay. Mr. Backer is actually on opening lap. He comes left-ed, 47.8 from left-ed, still invalidated as well, so... dear. Right, okay, let's have a look at Golden, shall we? Let's see if we can actually make a lap without invalidating, shall we? He's done it 2 laps in a row here. Let's see what he can do. As he comes, turn 5. To turn around the corner down. Beautifully on the DRS. Let's have a look and see if we can improve. Flying down all the way up to turn 6, up to turn 7. Here we go. It's 28 pro. Nice first sector time there from Golden. Again, doesn't invalidate. So far, so good from Golden here. Risen is actually an outlap. Black is an outlap. Horse has left the session now. What is going on tonight? Right, keep this through on this lap. I'll sort this out with Hawks and their sayings.
The corner names. But Golden is coming through this corner, just before the bridge. Which he does very well actually, coming around the hairpin. take a tight line. Yes, he does. Doesn't touch the wall. Gets a decent exit out of that corner. And he's such a fastest for a sector so far. At least in set of 44.8. Quickest lap so far. The track is definitely improving. His golden. He's take it well. He's looking possible to take it slightly better, but he would be happy with that. I don't know what these corners either.
That's right, that's okay. We'll go.
Final chicane. He's got to top corner. He's set. He's done
definitely just enough 43 too. Here comes BRT Golden. It's a 42.9. There you go. Nicely done. Finally, we're back and going with that. Good on there, son. And Viper does that. Oh, Viper finds another 10th. And then let's have a look. Callum does a 43.2. Let's have a look and see the other drivers. Right. Mr. Baraka, where is he? He is in sector 3 now. Here he goes. Coming up to, he's done a 1:10.3 middle sector. He hasn't validated, but he hasn't.
He has.
Right, okay, no worries. We'll keep an eye on that. The other team does a 42.8 in the hard tyres on the Renault. Ooh. And Rizin has retired, so he is out. I don't know what's happening now. Right, Oaks. Let's have a look and see how he can improve in the racing point. Sorry about this. We'll look and see what we can do here. I'm going to just restart the app, see if the chat is sorting itself out. But anyway, 22, 23, let's have a look here as he comes round. It's a 42.7. It's the fastest so far.
It's a good lap from Oxties.
It is, and especially the hard tyres as well. We've only got just over 5 minutes left of Corey 2. We've got JQ out that. Corey Marshall's going to the pits. Mr. Brack is actually in the pits as well. So who we got? Easton.
Luigi's on a lap again.
There we go. Here comes Luigi. No, he's a second and a half slower in the first sector, so he's coming in. It's an in lap, so we'll forget about that one. Let's have a look at Callum. Where's Callum now?
He's on a lap,
right, let's have a look at Callum. He's ahead. Callum's invalidated. Right, okay, where is Easton?
Yeah. Easton is on a lap though. He's in the first sector.
Here we go.
Up the first sector now.
And he's found a second. He's a second quicker in his first sector. Here we go. Come on, Easton, let's see what we can do. Rounds turn 8, yeah. Nicely turns into turn 8. Here we go. We're going to approach turn 9 now. Nicely turns to turn 9. Just clips the apex very nicely down. And this is the one that's actually going to try and capture out. So turn 9, you're going to have turn 10, 11, and 12, which is the Singapore Sling. Turn 10, then rounds to turn 11. Nicely done there. Just clips the apex, rounds to turn 12. Beautifully done. Let's have a look and see if you can actually approach. And here we go. Round to turn 13. Beautifully done. Not clipping the apex too much. Just really pushing as much as he possibly can, all the way up to turn 15, sorry, turn 14, and it is 2.5 seconds quicker. He's back 2.5 seconds out. Let's have a look and see what else we can possibly do. Around turn 15, now comes turn 16 and 17.
Beautiful done. Hello, Tomo.
Hello, dude. Turn 18 and turn 19, nicely done. Here we go, up to turn 20 and 21. Beautifully touched him. Turn 20, turn 21. Nicely done from Easton. Here he goes. He's going to try and set his fastest up. He's not going for pits now, is he? Oh my goodness gracious me.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, that was interesting.
Incredible lap in the pit.
I know. That was a bit weird. So who is... Oh, actually, I still got they're all going out on medium tyres now, except for Oaks, who's actually on the hard tyres. And the first person out is Lefted. He's lifted actually. He's the first person out. It looks like he's the first one out on the medium tyres. Or am I wrong? No, sorry. It is. Apologies. It's actually Barney. Barney's the first person to start on the medium tyres in the McLaren. Right. Here we go. Let's see what he can actually do. And here we go. Turn 24, turn 24. Let's start the lap. Medium tyres. DRS wide open. All the way down. Here we go. Approaching turn 1. Nicely done into turn 1. Beautifully tucked into turn 1. Oh, I don't think he's invalidated. No, to turn 2. Beautifully around to turn 3. Here we go. Now we're going to approach turn 4. This is going to be the interesting one. Round up to turn 5. Please, Barney, do what you did in the hard tyres. Do not invalidate. Oh, comes really close to the wall there. Beautifully done. DRS all the way down, all the way down. Round turn 6. Approaching turn 7. This is the one that actually can catch a lot of people up, which is the memorial corner. Right, anyway, comes up to turn 8. Nice and touch on the apex there. Beautifully done. A little bit more power. Now we go. Round to turn 9. Beautifully done. We've got yellow flags to 6-2. What's that all about, James? I'm not too sure. I'll come back to that in a minute. It's just gone.
Ferrari going slowly here, this porcelain.
Okay, nice. Turn 10. Beautifully round turn 10. Now, here we go. This is a quick little turn 11 and then turn 12. This is the one that can actually catch you up. There's a Ferrari in front of Barney in the McLaren. Turn 13. Nicely done. Beautifully round the apex. Straight onto the power. Look at that Ferrari moving through that light, which he does. Nicely done. Barney puts the pedal to the middle, up to turn 14. Beautifully done. Round to the apex. And he is literally, is Barney actually on that? No, he's not. He's on that lap. What am I doing? I apologise for that. He's in there watching it, he's on that lap. I thought it was actually the first one to start.
He's not on that lap, he started the last lap.
That's what I thought, but it's showing out lap on my screen, but I thought it was actually going quicker.
But he's not on that lap, so...
I don't know, it might be my screen, but anyway, we'll keep an eye on Barney as he comes round, and he's about to turn 22, 23, and 24, and it is no, he is starting his lap. No, he isn't, no, 137.1. I know he kills him on 136.4. Right, here we go. McKay, he's next to me. He's found the second half of the third sector. Is he next? Let's have a look. No, it's Portivo, I think. I'm trying to catch up here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's Portivo in middle sector. Here we go. In the racing point. Let's see what he can actually do in the medium tyres. He's approaching turn 14. Is he going to be faster? It's the 103.8 middle sector. Nicely done there from Portivo. Here he comes round, and there we are literally coming down to the be-all and end-all of the end of Q2, and it's actually it's a very brief fight at the moment. Here we go, turn 18 and 19, almost hits the wall there, but nicely done there from Portivo. Beautifully, just using every part of the track to come flying around. Here we go, Portivo, he's going to try and see if he can get faster. It looks like it's a fast lap. It is a fast lap. Turn 23, turn 24, and it is a 36.2. Nicely done.
Oh, let's restart 36.0.
This is a problem when you're trying to catch up with everybody going out at the same time. It's very difficult. Here comes McKay. Here he goes, and it is a 36.1. McKay, not fast enough. He's actually finished. So it's second place. I think he's safe. Overkills has managed to find another 6 tenths as well. He's coming through to the last sector. Here comes Overkills. Turn 21, 22. He's coming up to the last two corners. 23 and 22 and 23. Sorry, apologies. As he comes up 22, round to turn 23. Let's have a look. It is a 35.5 from Overkills. Right. Okay. Now. Let's have a look. Where is Oates? Where's Viper? Here comes Viper in the Williams. He's just coming around turn 19 and 20. Nicely done. Beautifully through. Here comes turn 21, 22. Nicely done again from Viper. He really is setting a very, very fast pace. This is quick. Turn 22, 23. Round to turn 24, and it is a 35.6. Not fast enough for overkills. Wow. Very impressive. Right. Mr. Biker does a 35.7. So Luigi is coming around in a Ferrari. Let's have a look and see what he can actually try and do at the moment. And here comes Luigi. This is going to be pretty good. It's a 36.9. He's out. Corey Marshall, what does he do? No time. And JK makes it through. 35.6 in the other Alfa Romeo. Right. Wow. And Easton makes it through. Right, Portivo. Let's have a look and see what he can do. No, Portivo is through. It looks as if that is it. We're done for Q2.
Did not expect to see Ryzen V4 out routine set lap times.
No, that's true. VRT Bonnie with a 37.1 wasn't fast enough. And look at Oaks. He just got through by a tenth. Wow, that was impressive. Wow. Dear. So there we go. So unfortunately, we've lost another 5 drivers. Nobody crashing out, which is good, and no disqualifications, which is even better. So do you want to take us through the drivers that we've lost in this one there, Mr. Sainz? Hello, we've lost Easton.
Easton actually gets taken out. Not taken out, but is... his AI must have crashed!
Oh no!
AI must have crashed. Oh.
He did a 36.2. He actually got himself through into 8th place. No, 9th place, sorry. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
that is a massive shame. You should really be through, and unfortunately this game is just
Yeah,
not
well, that's
right.
the thing. If you're driving around, you know, the problem is that you've got to be very quick to get around. If you actually, you know, the problem is you can't retire on tracks. You have to go back into the pits and retire in the pits. Otherwise, the game will crash somebody out. That's the only downside to it. So, but there you go. So, it is now down to the nitty gritty. Top 9 shootout. Who's going to get a pole? What do you reckon, Saints?
From what I've seen so far, I have no clue. Overkill looks good for it, so does left foot and so does right foot. And so does Jakey, sorry. Jakey looks good for it as well, so there's no way I can call it at the moment.
Okay, well, yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a toss-up between Baraka, Overkills, and Viper at the moment, the way it's going. So we'll have a look and see how it goes. Yeah, JTD is number one, so but it's going to be the top 10 shootout, and obviously they're all soft tyres, so it's going to be quick. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's have a look.
Jakey's the first one out in the pits.
Looks like
Surprised
Stream
validated.
is working now. There you go. Somehow to sort it out. So it was just a problem to show the app. So okay. Looks like it sounds like I've got a bit of a crackle on my mic. Somebody is anybody watching the thing?
Does that a lot.
Yeah, no, we'll just have to carry on with it anyway. So right, okay. So who we got first out? Let's have a look. Yeah, is it Billy? Viper, Nifty Girl. So it looks as if. Yeah, it looks as if it's going to be Jakey. Jakey's the first one out in the Alfa Romeo on the soft tyres.
We'll have a lot of humans because no one's in the pits anymore.
Yeah.
So unless someone goes really slow on this lap, then he's going to have a clear.
Well, we're going to try and see if we can do this in order. So we'll have a look. So it's Jakey first, it's McCabe. Golden is next after that. Then it looks at Baraka, then Overkills. Oh, so actually, Lifted is actually ahead of the race last time. We'll try and keep up with it anyway. But anyway, let's start the lap off. Go for it, Jakey. Let's see what we can do. So here he goes. Round to turn 1. Nicely turned into turn 1 now. Beautifully. Over DRS, wide open. Up to turn 1 here. Beautifully. Turn round to turn 2. Then round to turn 3. Beautifully done. Round the apex. Beautifully done. A nice little touchdown there. Here we go. Right, up to turn 4. Then round to turn 5. Beautifully done again. Just overcooks it a little bit. But it's always hit the back wall there, the back end of his car. Just literally the barrier target hit wall. Round to turn 6. Would that invalidate? Well, would that cause a little bit of a problem? 26-0, first sector. Let's have a look as he goes a little bit too deep and he has invalidated. Right, McCabe, let's have a look and see what he can do. He's the second one around the track. Here we go, in the Renault. Let's have a look and see what we can do. It is a 26.3, fastest first sector. So it looks as if it was Jakey who actually invalidated before he gets there. Right, here we go. Nicely turned into turn 8. Beautifully done. Let's have a look and see what McCabe can do. Nicely turn around to turn 9 there. Try and not get to go too close to that wall. Approaching turn 10, which is the Singapore circle, Singapore Sea. Round to turn 10, then turn 11. Round to turn 12, beautifully done. We've got approach turn 13 very, very quickly here. Let's have a look and see as he takes turn 13 very nicely done. Just slipping the apex as he comes round. All the way down, straight line speed, all the way, all to literally coming up to turn 14. It's the 128 in the middle sector. Here we go, as he comes round to turn 14, to turn 15, now round to turn 16, as he comes round 16 and 17, nicely quickly chicane now. Now he's approaching turn 18 and 19, which is underneath the bridge. So there goes turn 18, nicely on the apex again. Turn 19, beautifully round the corner as he approaches turn 20. Turn 20 all the way around. Turn 21, this is nicely done again. Just gets a little bit too close to the wall, but this is very good. Turn 22 and round the corners for turn 23, and we've got a 34.9.
It's a very, very quick lap. Oh, Messi does even quicker.
He does, yeah, a
Hey,
34-3.
he's
Here comes Baraka. He's in the Red Bull. Let's see what he can do. And it is going to be quick. 22 and 23. It is a 35-1. It's not fast enough. Lifted. Right, where's Overkill's? And Overkill goes 34-7. Callum in the Red Bull. He's coming round. Turn 18. Callum is turn 18, turn 19, as he comes around the corner, this is nicely done, turn 20, 21, in the Red Bull, nicely done, just gets a bit too close to the wall, but it's pretty decent, 22 and 23, let's have a look, this is a pretty decent time, 34-6.
Ja, die Gold ist auch noch ein bisschen da,
Yep. So here comes VRT Golder. He's going to set a lap. He's actually on us. Well, he's only done one lap on those tyres. Let's see what Golder can do. Right, round first sector. Let's have a look. Nicely done. Turn 5. Beautifully done. Literally. And he's already invalidated again. Right. Okay. So at this present time, Lifted in the Mercedes has the fastest time in a 34-3.
No, I can't switch over.
Oh, Verifa says, Tomo, dude, how's it going? There we go. Yes, mate. Thank you very much for watching us at the moment. See if we can get some more people to watch us. I'm sure you've got. Well, I'm not saying it. We'll keep it as it is. Right. Okay. So let's have a look at Jakey. So Jakey's invalidated his lap. He's not out lap at the moment, and VRT Gold is going to have to come to the pits. So we'll have a look and see what Jakey can do. He's got a full set of soft tyres. So this is either a decent strategy from Jakey or a very big mistake. What do you reckon, Sons?
I think it's going to be a big mistake. He's not going to have the, well, I say track average. There's not going to be any, is there, really? Considering it's getting further into the night.
No worries. Thank you very much, Reefer. It's very good to be back on comms, I have to say. I have missed it, and I know I've got a new commentary partner with me, but he's doing a very good job, I have to say. That's right, mate. Right, so much so. Go on, take us through this lap here for Jakey. Go for it. Go on, ask you.
No, I'm right, mate. I don't know any of the corner names.
Okay, no worries. Well, we'll have a look anyway. Has he invalidated that lap again? Or is it just my imagination?
Straight away.
Zero. Right, okay, right, so we'll forget that. Right, so we'll keep an eye on everybody else. So
Last one in the pits. He's just doing the weaving. He's going to spin it either way around.
right, okay. So as it stands, we've got a decent amount of people actually watching. So hopefully we'll keep an eye out. It looks as if, I think it might be, Viper, championship winner, is coming out to set a new lap. He wants to get pole position. He wants to take it away from Lifted. Bear in mind, the rest of the guys will be coming out soon, so we'll keep an eye on that. Where is Jakey at the moment? He's... Whoa! What an impressive 360-degree donut. Just missed that. Oh, wow. Oh, mate, it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. He literally just lost his back end, spun all the way around, and he's done it again.
He's just taking the piss now, isn't he?
I don't know. I think he's got a problem. I think his back. I think his tyres are gone. I don't know if he's taking Nick. I think personally speaking, he's trying to either warm up his tyres. Is he? Alright.
He's not one to spin like that on purpose. Yeah, he's just taking the Nick look. He's just
right.
ended it again.
Dear. Right.
And Viper is going to be the first one to come on a lap. It's still a while away.
Yeah, well, we're keeping an eye on Viper anyway, because obviously JT's just mucking about. The warming up his tyres is just showing off, so I think it's probably the latter. So
yeah, it's definitely the latter.
Well, bear in mind he's actually got no front end. Yeah, it's definitely the latter. He needs to stop doing that.
Yeah, he's going to get punished for it now.
Oh dear. Right. Where is Viper? Viper knows what's going on. He's actually heard in the background, so he's being very cautious coming around. Where is Jakey now? So, right, Jakey needs to go into the pits. There he goes. Right. Okay. Viper. Here we go. Let's get cracking with this. Alright, so let's have a look. Let's see what we can do. That's round 10, 22, 23, and we're about to start our lap. Here we go. So DRS, wide open, 34.4 is the fastest time he's done. He needs to find a little bit more, about 3 tenths or 4 tenths to actually get No, actually 5 tenths, sorry, I apologise guys. Anyway, here he comes. Literally all the way down to turn 5. Nicely turning to turn 5 then. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if he actually improves. Nicely do that. Sorry, nicely done there on turn 5. DRS wide open, round turn 6. All the way up to turn 7. Let's have a look. Has he found it in time? Yes, he's a little bit quicker. He's actually got the fastest first sector. Let's have a look and see if he can actually improve on his time here. Nicely round turn 8. This is the middle one. Will Viper get pole position? At the moment, Lefton has it. He's actually on that outlap. The rest of the guys are actually on laps at the moment. Mr. Baraka, he's actually on lap. So it's Porty Boot and Golden, they're all on laps. The only person who's not on lap is Jakey, and I think Jakey's not going to be able to get out in time. I might be wrong on that one, but we'll have a look. Here we go, Viper comes up to turn 13. Nicely rounds to turn 13. Just hugs the apex as he comes around. Here we go, all the way down. Oh, pedal to the metal. Oh, speed! It is a fastest middle sector. He's found another 2 tenths there. As he comes down to turn 15. Here we go, turn 16. Nicely done, chicane. Beautifully done. 17. There's turn 17. Coming up to turn 18 now. Underneath the bridge, turn 18. All the way around to turn 19. Nicely done. Can he actually make it around turn 20 and 21 with batting into? Yes, he does. 20 beautifully done in the apex. And 21. Just gets a little bit closer to the wall. Nicely done around here. 22. All the way around. Just throws it around the corner. And he does a 34-3.
He was back into it a little bit, but still.
Wow, that was impressive.
7,000 quicker than that did.
That was impressive. Right, okay, Baraka, he's found 2 tenths in his middle sector. Let's see what he can do in the last sector. 22, round to turn 23, it's a 35-2. It's not fast enough. Right, okay, who is next?
To get some, to get a lap in.
Right, Callum has found a tenth and a half in his first sector. Let's see if he can find a little bit more in his middle sector. He needs to find another 3 tenths. Let's have a look, middle sector. He's found another 2.5 tenths. So this is going to be very interesting. He needs to find, but like I said, another 3 tenths. He's almost there. He can easily snatch pole here, Callum. This could be a possibility. And also, you've got overkills coming around. You've got Golden, who's actually done a 34-6. He's actually improved in his time. He's got 4th place at the moment. Here comes Callum, doing a really good job. Coming up to turn 21, 20 and 21. 22, here he goes. McCain has retired. He doesn't think they're going any faster. Here we go. Turn 22, round turn 23. This is going to be quick. But it comes 34-4. Not fast enough. Right, let's where's overkills. Let's have a look what overkills does. He's a little bit slower on his middle at the first sector. So let's have a look. Where are we? Wow. Okay. So lefted is left is actually found a little bit of time in his first sector. So what do you reckon here, Saints? Who's going to get pole? Is it going to be overkills or is it going to be lefted?
Jakey B is still not calm with him out yet because he's just started all that. But overkill is a slight down. No.
Even if it's out.
He is slightly down.
So anyway, right, okay, let's hit lefted. Here we go, it's round turn 13. Let's have a look and see if he can actually improve. Will he go faster? Viper has retired. He feels he is fast enough. Let's have a look. It is getting very, really close. It's not the fastest middle sector, but it's getting close enough for lefted. Will he actually literally snatch pole in the last second? I'm not too sure. Here we go. Malaka has retired. He's going fast enough. It's round turn 19, round turn 20, approaching turn 21 and 22. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. Only because he's done a 34-1. He has got preliminary pole, but here comes lefted. Will lefted do it? He's 22, round to turn 23. Will he actually get it? No, he does not. He gets pole position in Toro with a 34-1. What a fantastic qualifying.
I haven't seen his sector times, but he could be.
Oh, hello, Jakey. Yes, he is. Sorry, I haven't let Jakey get. He's just coming around. 102-1. Middle sector. He's just approaching turn 20, turn 21. Could he snatch pole at the last minute? Or could he get himself into the top 3? There's another 22. All the way around. 23. This is going to be quick. And he's got pole.
I think he's done it. Oh.
He's got pole position.
Incredible position.
Wow. What a brilliant quality lap.
Did Callum retire on track? Did he? Or did he not?
Who's Callum?
I didn't see him retire.
I didn't see him actually, to be honest. I'm sorry, mate. I didn't see him, but I tell you what a lap from Jakey. Oh, 34-0. Unbelievable. Right, do you want to take us through our top 10, top 9, please?
Jakey B is your man on pole position with a 34.0. I'm sure he'd be incredibly happy with himself after, not really, taking the mickey early on in the session after invalidating. I don't even know if he's going to be out on track in time. When he made it by 10 seconds, but overkills in second place after thinking maybe he was going to be on pole position, but Jakey B comes and steals that first pole position last second. So I couldn't get through the rest of them.
That's alright, it's okay, no problem at all. But congratulations
I'll go for the grid on the formation lap.
Yeah, well, you're more than welcome to take over for Nation Lap, absolutely. I think you should have a little bit of airtime. I've been nicking it all actually, Premier, so I apologise for that. But hopefully, we're going to have a really good race.
I am secondary commentator, it's fine.
Well, I'll tell you something, it's gearing up to be a really, really good race. We're hoping, let's hope, it's just as good as Spa. I mean, I don't know if you actually watched Spa last week, but it was an absolute fantastic race. We had battles going all over the place. It was a brilliant, brilliant race. We did have a safety car at one point, but in the end, it was a great, great race. Good overtaking, good positions, awesome. So hopefully, it's going to be the same tonight.
I'm going to bet we're going to get the maximum safety cars we can get in this race, because it's Singapore, and it's always havoc. I think we're going to see a few names maybe that you wouldn't expect to win the race, but people standing in the back aren't really just going to... I don't think anything incredibly special is going to happen, as it's Singapore.
Well,
you don't lose much time in the pit lane anyway, so...
Well, I raced in the F4 division last night, and I qualified 16th, and there was 2 safety cars, and I managed to make my way all the way up to 7th. So it can actually happen. There are ways of doing it. So, like I said, anything can happen. You're absolutely right. Anything can happen around Singapore. We don't know if it's going to be a full dry race. We haven't got a clue. We don't know the ins and outs of it. All we know is it's going to be absolutely superb, and that's it. So, oh look. Look who's just joined us. Hey guys, I'm awake now, says Sinner. Well, do you want to see if he wants to join us? Oh, Ryzen is just left
do you want
us.
to join us?
Yeah, do you want to join us, Sinner?
Maybe he's got some connection issues.
Oh no. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get him back in. Let's see if we can try and get him back in.
I don't think his car will be there.
Does that mean we've got to restart it?
Only if it's 2 drivers and... Yeah.
Alright, okay, that's fair enough. Well, I'll see if I can try and get him back in, yeah? I'll I'll invite him back in, so he's invited. So. I'm happy to watch, thank you, Signs, says Sinner. Wuss. That's what I say to that. What are you doing having a coma at 8 o'clock at night? What's the matter? Unbelievable. I don't know, Right, anyway, so Luigi has... Who's actually the... I don't know who read it up first, so we'll have to have a look at it, but...
Viper's host, so I assume you really don't.
Oh, Viper's host. Okay, that's fair enough.
I'd hope people by now... would know not already, if you want us to be in Tier 1.
Right, okay, so do you want to take us through the formation lap then, yeah, man?
Sure. Why not? Give it a go. Jakey B, obviously starting on pole position, be in the pack. Starting off the formation lap is going to be.
Do you want to just do me one small favour there, yeah, man? While you're doing the formation?
Yeah, go ahead.
You switch on your tyres and the telemetry and data and everything for me, please.
Yeah.
I had 3 hours sleep. That's no excuse. Sorry, son. Right, okay, here we go. Right, so, anyway, we're going to carry on with your formation, like, young man.
Easton will be starting in P10. I think he'll be very annoyed with himself after, well, not annoyed with himself, but annoyed at the game. Decided to clash his out when AI went out once again. I think that's not the first time it's happened in the season, if I remember rightly. So, he'll be extremely annoyed probably. They want to make as much progress as possible, possibly off the start if they can possibly find a way out, maybe finding around the outside or people go to the inside. It's possible, especially on the first straight, long straight, or the end of sector 1. There's always a chance of moves there down the inside, so there could be a lot of collisions too. Could see an early safety car though, which could compromise anyone from making any progress, which I'm sure is what people don't want, to be honest. Unless you're Jakey, who doesn't want to get overtaken straight away on the straight, who would maybe want a safety car straight away.
Yeah, there's a possibility that could happen. It's going to be very interesting to take us through, but we'll have a look. I mean, obviously the drivers from 11th down to 19th, they've got all on hard tyres, whereas everybody from the top 10 are all on the medium tyres. So we'll have a look and see. But as you rightly said, anything can happen around Singapore. We're not too sure what's going to happen. Will we have a safety car? Will we have a virtual safety car? Will Viper get another decent enough race? He's already won a championship, but at the moment, as you rightly said, we've got a constructors' battle between Williams, Haas and Mercedes. And as it stands, we've got a Mercedes in third and we've got a Williams in fourth. And the nearest Haas driver, it looks like, is actually... I'm trying to see where he is. It is... yeah, it's actually Tabo, who's actually 19th.
Why isn't it the other Haas driver who lagged out and hasn't been able to join back? So
no, so unfortunately there's nothing we can do about it. We have to continue on where we left off. So here we go, we're about to start the race for the Singapore
Tibble isn't even racing.
Division 2. Here we go, he's not even racing. Here we go, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's lights out and go, go, go! Here we go, and looks like it looks as if Jakey got a brilliant start, and look at Viper's got literally lifted. Viper's taken third place already, got past lifted. He's actually made a fantastic move, already lifted the rest of the position, but what a great start there from Jakey. Look at lifted and Viper, they're having a little bit of a look around turn 4, and lifted literally loses the back end.
Oh, is it?
And we've
got a racing point.
He's only crashed. Oh my goodness gracious me, Rising has joined us. He's joined us. We've got yellow flags around 61. It looks as Porty Boot literally lost it. And it looks as if we've got, oh my goodness gracious me, what a start. We've already had a racing point spin out. And it looks as if as well, Luigi, he's had a bad start as well. So let's have a look and see how we go. There's Barney in 13th place, having a look.
He's got really close to the wheel, Barney. Lucky to go away with any damage.
Hello, holding it down. Let's look at this. So let's keep an eye on this little guy. So VR to Gold has got himself up to 4th place. He's right in the gearbox on Viper already in the Ferrari. Lifted his got down to 5th place. So after that little start, he's literally lost 2 positions. So we've got a bit of an issue there. So unfortunately there. Callum's actually in 6th place. VR to McCabe. Not a good start here for him in the Renault. So we've got a great start here, but we've already lost one driver. Not obviously one driver on the track, but obviously we've had one incident which actually spun out. That was Porty Boot in the racing point. So let's have a look in here. Here we go. So Jakey, he's got a 2.5 lead already over Overkills. That's a great start from Jakey, I have to say.
Yeah, it's an incredible start from Jakey. Already pulling the gap and out of DRS already, so he isn't even going to worry about that. Even though DRS isn't that strong, you know, he's going to feel that he's out of that DRS. He doesn't even have to worry at all as long as he keeps that one second lap.
Very true. I'm just keeping an eye on this little battle here that's forming between Viper and Golden, because we've got a train forming. This is for 3rd place. We've got Viper in 3rd, Golden in 4th, Lefty in 5th, Callum in 6th. We've got McCabe in 7th, Mr. Barker in the right winner. So Red Bull, he's in 8th, but Easton's made a place up into 9th place already, so he's managed to find a position there. And we've got Oates, who's the highest number of the highest driver in the hard tyres. He's actually in 10th place. So we'll keep an eye on this little battle here for 3rd place. But at the moment, Viper's doing everything to come back to Overkills, but he's got Golden all over his gearbox. He's not letting Viper have a little bit of fresh air at all. And while this is all going on, there goes Jakey.
Yeah, he's putting on a huge up moment. Just got to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes now and allow the killers to catch back up and then snag the eye.
It's very true. This is a very easy track to gain penalties around, especially around this little chicane here. This is the one that can actually catch you out quite a bit. This for the actual entrance and the exit, and also around this one, got to be very careful. There was a couple incidents around there last night, around there 4, but unfortunately enough, it was actually pretty good. But one driver lost it and literally crashed in, and everybody had to slow down and get past him. So if you crash there, you've got a problem.
Turn 2 is also another place where you can get a lot of penalties.
Yeah,
to the
Jakey's
right.
yeah, Jakey's set the fastest lap, and now we've got DRS enabled, which means Golden's going to have an opportunity to try and catch up because he is literally half a second behind Viper. Viper's not going to have DRS, so that's going to open the door for Golden. More importantly, it's going to open the door for Lefty and Callum. So we're going to have literally, we're going to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 drivers going for light speed. Literally all the way down to turn 7. Here he goes. God, he's getting a little bit close enough, but he's not close enough to give Viper anything to worry about. But let's have a look at this little battle here. So this is the closest battle we've got at the moment. The rest of them are just trying to catch up the train. We've got a decent battle brewing, but look at anyway. Actually, talking about battles, look at this little battle in the background here. Actually, fair enough, sorry, we've got a 4-car battle, 2 McLarens, a Ferrari, and an Alfa Romeo battling for a 11th place.
This will be interesting.
Anyway, we'll keep an eye on this.
A good defender normally.
Yeah, so we'll have.
Get past.
Look at Golden, he's getting closer and closer to Viper, isn't he? Every time, every single lap, every corner, he's just gaining a little bit and a little bit. It looks as if Viper's either saving a bit of ERS or he's actually just using much. But let's have a look. So, as it presently stands, they've got pretty much similar ERS strategies, but at the moment, it is as if Viper just cannot get out of that DRS strategy. Because as Viper, his Golden comes around, he's going to have DRS. Corey Marshall's got a 3-second time penalty. There we go, we've got the first penalty of the day.
Remember going very wide in the background. This is Walker, I think it was. Yes, it was. Very
I saw that.
Warning.
Right, here we go. It's probably going to be a warning, but here we go. Here comes Golden. He's going to have another look in the background. He's got Lefty, and he has also got Callum literally chasing him down. This is for 3rd place. And there goes Jakey and Novakills. There comes Viper. Golden with the DRS wide open. He's got Lefty, and there's Callum, and there's McCabe. He's literally got a nice train here for 3rd place. We've got a great battle here. 4 cars battling for 7th, and in the background we've got Baraka, and we've got Easton and Oates. They're battling for 8th place at the moment. They're trying to catch up to this train as well. What a great start to this race, eh? Oh, we've got yellow flag to 62. What's happened there?
Oh, Corey Marshall spun it or something. He's lost a few positions. He's got wing damage on his front right.
Oh dear, so he's got a 3-second time penalty and he's lost to places as well. And he's also got Hawks chasing him down, so that's not going to help at all. Right, here we go. Now Golden, he's going to have another look at Viper. He's doing everything he can. He's doing a really good race here at the moment. A pretty decent start there from Golden. And I have to say, as far as this look. So look, yeah, so Golden's only got 2 positions at the moment. The person who's actually made up most positions at the moment is Square. He's made up 4 positions and he's fighting in the 13th place in that little battle between him, Barney and Luigi. So, pretty decent at the moment. Where do we see? What we're looking at now at the moment here, Saints? Charles, you there? Seem to have. Oh, there we go. There you go. I thought I lost you. Right, okay. Easton's got a 3-second time penalty. Right, okay. Here comes Viper. Right, Golden's still trying to catch up with Viper, but it's as if around this time, he's just got no front line speed at the moment. At the moment, as we stand. So, what we're looking at here at the moment, Sons. I mean, what do you think of this battle here? We've got a 5-car battle for 3rd place at the moment. It seems to be the only battle that's really. As I said, you know, close enough.
Yeah, FA Square's been very past Luigi as well.
Here we go, it's a Square. Yeah, it's a Square. He's managed to get himself past Luigi in the Ferrari, so we've got another battle there, and that's for 11th place at the moment. Barney's got 11th, and he's got Square literally catching him up in the Alfa Romeo. Bear in mind, these guys are all on the hard tyres. Zoo's got another 3-second time penalty. So that's going to be interesting. Let's keep an eye on this battle in 3rd place at the moment because we've got a train forming. These are all on the medium tyres, so they will go around. We're looking at possibly what? If they're going to do 2, it's going to be a 1-stop strategy. We're going to have to pit at about lap 14, 15. What do you reckon on that side of strategy there, Sons?
Yeah, it's going to be lap 14 to 16, I think, if you pit. assuming there's no safety car, and gas from start, you could take us hard to the end comfortably.
Oh, hello, hold mate, look at the background there. Right, McCabe, he's got, he has literally got.
Oh, left is not for loading positions. Oh, he's pitted.
Lefty has pitted. He's decided to go on the hard tyres now. That's an interesting strategy. So he's going to go quite a long.
Very warm next to the two-stop.
Yeah, probably. It might be that. So we'll have a look. He's probably thinking there might be a safety car. But look at McCabe. He's all over the gearbox of Callum, trying to make the move stick, but he won't get close enough on turn 7. He's having a look at turn 8, but I don't think, no, Callum's just closed the door very, very much. He's still got a little bit of a gap there. And we've got, we've literally lost one of our front runners there, Lefty. He has pitted very, very early on the hard tyres. What do you think of that strategy there, Saints?
I think it's the wrong strategy call. I definitely wouldn't have gone flat if I was him. Seems like, he's definitely betting on there being a safety car, and although you may think, there could be one, you just don't know if it's going to be right at the end or enough to lapse from the end to be able to put the soft tyres on. So I'm guessing he's taking the right into the side from me. I don't think it's going to work out for him if he wants to.
Well, while this is all going on, Golden is still keeping Viper honest at the moment, because at the moment they're still battling for third, even though it was 5 cars. We now dropped down to 4 cars, but at the moment it looks as if Golden has managed to pull away from a nice gap to Callum, which is even better. So let's have a look and see how he gets on. And Golden's still going to have DRS. Yeah, this is going to be superb. So we'll keep an eye on this battle here. So looking at this point of view, now obviously, as it stands, looking at the let's talk about this for a second here, Sons, while we're watching this race. So at this present time, for the constructors, it looks as if Williams is going to take a decent amount of points. So sitting in 3rd and 8th at the moment. The Mercedes drivers are both in 14th and 15th. And then you've got a Haas driver that's all the way in 18th.
Third and
sorry about that, I saw him cut you off there, Sons, because McCabe has actually managed to overtake Callum. He's moved himself up into 5th place, and he is now got past him. He's got a bit of fresh air, and he's on the hunt to catch down this battle between Golden and Viper. Sorry, you were saying, sorry, apologies for that, Sons. What was you saying?
I am trying to work out the calculations, but my last isn't the strongest to say the least.
Oh, no, battle here. Right, hold on a second. We've got a battle here. Filming for 10th place between Barney and Square.
So Boaka's really slow. I've just when it was being hit off.
Yeah, no, he's lost a bit of front end. He's got a bit of front end damage. That is not done him any favours, and that's going to open the door for Barney and Square to catch up with him, and also Luigi to catch up with the Red Bull driver. But obviously, Barack is actually in a decent position because he's actually in a medium tyre, so he could probably pit now and go onto a set of hard tyres, depending on how badly it's going to be on the actual
pit.
Oh, interesting strategy. Both of them pitting, and Callum as well. Right, okay, now, it looks as if, yes, the Red Bulls are double stacking. Is this a good move from the Red Bulls? Let's have a look. Callum is going out now. There goes Callum. Right, Mr. Baraka, he's going to come in, so he's going to be able to come in just in the right time, and that is a great move from the Red Bulls. That was very well done.
Right on the rear of Easton, he's going to have DRS, and maybe able to go for move, 3 times behind. 2 times, he's going to have to go for Dyson. No, he's not going to go for it.
No, he's not. Easton is staying out a little bit longer. He feels he's going to go for it. It looks like everybody's going for the undercut. Shaky is staying out on the 7-lap old tyres. He's got a great gap of getting so is Overkill. So the other guys in 3rd place. Obviously, let's have a look. So as it stands, Viper is in 12th place. He's behind Lefted, who's actually got he's actually been on those hard tyres for 2 laps longer. So this could possibly be an interesting strategy as far as where the undercut comes into it.
Now some of the drivers are going onto the hard tyres. I think the fact that Lefty has got onto those hard tyres is kind of persuaded the person ahead to go onto the hard tyres too to try and...
Well, McCabe had no choice. He actually decided he actually got hard. He actually got wing damage, but the other guys, oh hello, here we go, JP has decided, he is decided, yes, do you know what, and so is Overkill, so they've both turned around and said, yeah, we're going to pick now, so this is going to be interesting, where would this put Lifted and Viper? Let's have a look and see where they are on the track. They're coming round to turn, turns 18 and 19,
Oh,
so let's have a look.
ABRX with Oxys has passed. Ethan has gone into the pit and so has McKee.
Right, JP's out.
Okay.
Right, okay. And so it's Overkill. Right, here we go. Where's Lefty now? Let's have a look. Are they going to get him out any fast, any quicker? Let's have a look and see. Is this undercut worked? I'm not too sure. Let's have a look. Where are they? Are they going to get out any quick? Here comes McCabe. He's coming out. Viper's already out, looks like. And Lefty has got past Viper. And so, and also on the mate. No, but Overkill's and JP have not. There you go.
Virtual safety car is out.
Oh, hello.
Safety car is out.
What was that all about?
Fun.
Just going to have a quick look, see if anyone's got any damage.
I did not see anyone stopping the car.
Tabo's in the pits. Oh, it looks like Tabo's actually retired in the pits. Actually, I don't know what's happening.
No, Tabo wasn't in the race from the start.
He was.
He
It was
right behind if you look on the graphic.
Oh really? Oh, okay. Okay, so we've got a virtual safety car. I'm not too sure who it is from though, that's the thing. So I'm just having a look around the other drivers to see if anybody's got any wing damage, and nobody's showing any wing damage at the moment. Oh, hold on a minute. No. So I don't know what's actually happened. We have got a virtual safety car. Corey Marshall's got a 5-second grid penalty for, oh there you go, retired in the pits.
Tires in the race.
So Corey Marshall has retired.
Maybe it was him that spun it again.
Possibly, because the virtual safety car has come off. We've got yellow flags in sector 1, 2 and 3. And yeah, it's just yellow flags in sector 1 and DRS is re-enabled, so we're back to racing times again. But I'll tell you something, Jakey and Overkills have made that pit stop absolutely superb. So, this is going to be interesting for him because Jakey's going to be hitting a bit of traffic now on those hard tyres. Will that literally open the door for the rest of the drivers to catch up with him? Because there's Overkills, he's just got into the picture, and there comes Lifted as well in the Mercedes. We've got a battle going on here. This is purely for the lead. And look at Jake.
The outside of
Hall.
Oh.
Tell you what, Square's got a 3-second time penalty. Now Jakey's going to have DRS, but so is literally, so is Hawks. Hawks is going to have DRS. He's going to have DRS on the Ferrari of Luigi. I tell you what, he's got Jakey. Oh, we've got him on the right hand side on turn 6. Let's have a look at him. Comes up to turn 7. Will Jakey make the move stick? Oh,
very wide.
There's going to be a touchdown. Turn 8, and he makes the move stick. Wow. Good driving it. Oh no!
Oh, Hawks. He's lost his full wing.
He has lost his full front wing, but he's still driving. But he's going to have to be very careful because the other drivers are going to be catching up to him. Here comes Viper. So let's have a look. Will this actually? Oh, it's a safety car.
Oh.
We have got a safety car.
That'll help some drivers out here because I think cars will make it to the end from here. People want to try it. This being tracked, you can't overtake around. Might be a good strategy considering.
Well,
even if there is another safety car at the end of the race, that will maybe help you out with the positions.
Well, here's a question you've got to ask yourself: is that does he come into the pits and change for a set of mediums and go for it, or to stay out on the hards? And so look, he's thinking about it. He is thinking about it, and he's coming into the pits. There we go. He's going to mediums, but those mediums. You're asking them to do 21 laps, they will not do 21 laps those medium tyres, so he's going to have to stop again. Square has decided he's going to stay out on the hard tyres. He now leaves the race as we speak. Barney's decided to pit as well. Jakey's soft tyres for Oak. Interesting. Barney's decided to go on the mediums. Vipers.
I think definitely hoping for another safety car.
Right, okay, so he's going to help Easton. He's going to move up himself up to the nose of places, yeah? Probably up into 10th or 9th. Up into 10th place. There you go, mate.
I'll go do something doing the safety car, right?
No, the guys were in the pits, so you can actually overtake them when they're in the pits, so that's different. So. But anyway, so we've got a 1-2 at the moment for the Alfa Romeos. Interesting strategy. You still there? Signs, you still there? We lost signs there for a second. So anyway, while we're under the safety car, so let's go through the actual grid as we speak. So anyway, in 14th place is Horse in the Toro Rosso. We've got Zuzu MX in the Mercedes in 15th. In 14th, we've got Porty Boot in the Racing Point. In 13th, we've got in the Red Bull. Not a very good race for him so far. The safety car will bring him back into play. Luigi is actually in the Ferrari. He's in 12th place as we speak. VRT Barney in the McLaren in 11th. Easton in the Williams in 10th. We've got Ox in the soft tyres, strangely enough, in 9th place in the other Racing Point. Then we've got KMG 247, the Red Bull, he's in 8th place in the morning. We've got VRT McCabe in the Renault in 7th. VRT Golden, he's actually in 6th place in the Ferrari. We have Viper in 5th place in the Williams. We have VRT left in 4th place in the Mercedes. We have Overkilled in 3rd in the Taurus over. Jakey in the Red Alfa Romeo in 2nd. And we've got FRA Square in the other Alfa Romeo who's actually leading the race. So as it stands so far, we've got a decent sort of strategy, and hopefully this is going to be good. Just waiting to hear from my co-commentator because I don't know where he's gone. I think he's just actually put his mute right on mute. He's going to go and get a drink, one or two. So for those of you watching us tonight, we appreciate it. 26 viewers, thank you very much, guys. Anybody want to say anything in the chat, by all means, I'll try and answer as many questions as I possibly can. Any shout outs from the guys who actually I've raced with in previous leagues. Good to hear from you. I've already heard from a couple of them, Reefer being one of them. Verstappen, nice to hear from you as well, buddy. Senna as well, nice to hear from you, buddy, even though you're not here, but you're high here in spirit, so we're looking forward to it. So hopefully the race is matching up to what we asked for, but yeah, we're quite happy with 26 viewers, pretty decent so far. Right, okay, it looks as if we've got a problem. So, apparently the chat's not working. So I don't know what's happening now. What I'll have to do is... Right, we've got a bit of a problem at the moment, guys, because it looks as if my co-commentator cannot talk. I don't know what's happened. Which is a bit of a shame, actually, to be honest. The best thing I can probably do is if it might be able to work. So here we go. Let's have a look. Saints dire panic. Yeah, it looks like the same. If you're listening to us, Craig, you might have to jump in, mate. I know you've only had 3 hours sleep, but we've got safety kindness that we've got a few more laps to go. We've got literally 19 laps to go, and I've got no co-commentator, so we'll see what we can do. Let's see if we can try this out. Right, bear with us, guys. I'll be back in a second. We'll sort this out. we'll continue on, guys, because we always have to keep chat, but unfortunately we've got a bit of a problem here, so we'll continue on the stream as it stands. So at the moment, Jake is leading the race. He's actually in third place. Lefty is in second. McCabe in third. FI Square, he's actually in fourth place. He's lost a few positions here. While we're trying to get through, Riker's got a 5-second time penalty, and Barney's got another 3-second time penalty. We'll keep an eye on what's going on. So there's another battle here. Jakey's managed to get through to it. Now Lefted, he's managed to make his way out to second place. He's actually got past Overkills, but Overkills to over the back end of Lefted. And bear in mind that obviously Lefty's got 7 lap old tyres, and Overkills only got 4 lap old hard tyres at the moment. So he's going to have DRS. We'll probably have DRS open sooner rather than later. And it sounds like I can hear my teammate and my colleagues just coming back in. Here he is, he's back. Hello mate, what happened now?
Had some issues as well.
That's okay, no worries, we're glad to hear you back, mate. Barney's retired. Look at Barney. We've got a Uniflex Sector 1 and Sector 3. Don't tell me we've got another safety car. Have we got another safety car? No, we haven't. We've got Uniflex. Looks like,
So
I don't know what happened.
Oh, he's an AI. He's an AI.
Oh dear,
Right,
okay. It looks as if, right, after all that shenanigans, and McCabe was all the way down to 15th place. So I don't know what we missed. I do apologise. He's actually got a right front wing damage as well. So that is not helping us out anymore. Right, okay. So get to heaven back in your sons. So while we were watching that, all hell broke loose. We had McCabe with a 5-second time penalty, we had Barney here a 3-second time penalty, and now all of a sudden we've got issues here, but it looks as if, and VRT Golden's had a very good start either. He's in the level plate with some hard tyres, but he's got Hawks catching him down the medium tyres, and there's also his teammate as well. But actually, Hawks is actually in 10th, VRT Golden's trying to catch him up, he's got 40 Boy in the racing point. He's on actually the hard tyres, and it's as if Oaks literally decided to come in and get a new set of hard tyres as well. He didn't think those soft tyres were going to see the end of the race.
Yeah, Viper, 4 tenths behind 3. 5 tenths, sorry. Thank you, not easily. 6 tenths now.
That's right, and he's going to have DRS though. This is going to be enabled, which means he will get it at turn 5. But also, more importantly, look at this battle between Overkills and Lefty. This is for second place at the moment. Bear in mind, Overkills wants to get past Mercedes, and bear in mind with this constructors battle going on, as it stands, Mercedes are picking up the more points than Williams. So Viper needs to get past Square really, really quickly. And look at Easton as well, he's in second place. So at the moment, Mercedes are going to score some points, but at the moment as it stands, here comes Viper. He's gone on the outside here, trying to turn up to turn 6 and makes the move stick. DRS 1 thank you very much. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
It looks like he wants to come back, but he gets a little bit late in the Viper because we're anywhere near as good as exit as a result of that. Don't forget past the left as of yet with the younger tyres, so it'll be slightly fresher and will be slightly quicker. Not by much, but will be very slightly quicker than Methods.
They will be.
And he'll have DRS in the next DRS. Oh, let's made a mistake, he was right on the inside. 3-second time penalty for that as well.
Yes, he did,
Not
because he
quite
went
sure
off the track.
that as he lost the position.
No, he actually went off the track. He actually had a bit of an incident, lost the back end, went flying off the track and counted it as a corner cut because obviously he left the track limits. So it comes as a 3-second time penalty, unfortunately. There's nothing you can do about it. But that has literally opened the door for Overkills. And more importantly, it's brought this little battle between Mercedes and Williams closer because Lefted has now got Viper catching him down. And you've got Square, who's got Callum and Easton catching him up. Bear in mind that obviously Square, he will probably be looking to pit. We've got a virtual safety car. God was retired.
Oh, that's not good. You may see it with McCabe.
And there he is. There he is. He's lost the car.
Either hit the
He's
wall.
actually lost the car. He has hit the wall. I just saw him around turn 18 and 19 as McCabe's driving through.
So he's either hit off or
completely
made
out.
a big mistake and lost the back end.
Oh dear.
Be interesting to see what did happen there, if he complains in chat or takes anything to the stewards.
Not too sure at the moment. Looks like McCabe is disconnected apparently. Something you said.
We did say McCabe disconnected, yeah.
Okay, we'll try and get McCabe back
Paul
in.
was just pitted. Took on the mediums, this has helped him out. He will not be that far behind. Those mediums, are they going to make it to the end though? That's the question. I don't think they will. At least they'll
yes,
be
they will.
really
They
worn at
will.
the end of the race.
They actually will. They will actually make it to the main race. So I'm just going to invite them into the game. Sorry about that. I didn't actually catch that. Thank you very much for telling me that, guys. Appreciate it. So he's actually going to be reconnected, reset back in actually.
Virtual Safety Car has ended. Square is very close to Viper. Not close to what Viper would have liked. That's for sure. He's going to have DRS on the next street, but he's going to have to get a good exit out of the hairpin to goes in as Callum gets very close to the rear of Square. He's going to have a better chance than what Square is with Viper.
No, but Callum's going to have a better ride,
yeah. Too far behind to even think about going for a move there.
Well, Square is actually in a really good position because he's done 15 laps on those hard tyres. If he comes in now and gets a set of medium tyres on, then hopefully he can actually try and make the move stick, so he can actually try and pick up some positions. He'll be on a fresh set of medium tyres that he needs to get in really, really quickly on, because Callum is right in the gearbox of Square. He's just literally giving Square everything to think about. Square decides he's going to stay out, he's going to try and make Callum do it the hard way, as Callum literally opens up DRS. Is that going to make the move? Compression turn on, but no, think twice about it. I think he's going to go and make the move around turn 5. As soon as he gets around turn 5, here we go. So around turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Let's have a look. He listed Viper's just in the foreground now. Here we go. It's Callum. He needs a good exit, which he gets. DRS wide open. Here we go. Here comes Callum now. He's got Square all to himself. He's going to make the move. Goes on the inside. Approaches turn 6 and goes past turn 6. Round turn 7. Again, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And look at Square. He tried getting back to it. Unfortunately, Callum shut the door, and that's that. Overkill is left the session.
Oh, because it's disconnected. No, that's not good for Overkill. He's in such a good position as well. That's awful for him.
That's that sorted out. Right, okay, right. So, Overkill has just had the invite. Right, now, Easton, he is already in the gearbox of Square at the moment, and he's got Luigi right in his gearbox on the medium tyres as well. So Easton's doing a pretty good job in 7th place with Viper in 4th place. So Williams picking up some decent sort of positions as it stands. So pretty good driving at the moment, but we are enjoying this at the moment. So pretty decent sort of race at the moment, aren't we, Sam? This is actually turning out to be a very interesting race, and we've got almost, I mean, laps we've got left. We've got about 14 laps left, haven't we?
Yeah, 14 laps, yeah. That's why he's making a lot of just little mistakes that is costing him a bit of time, not
oh dear, look at lefty, look at Monster. Now Overkill's after this lockout, he's literally losing positions left, right and centre. He's gone all the way down from 2nd place and he's then losing. He's looking at losing up to 9th place at the moment. This is not good. Not good at all.
Okay. He's going to be how do you say it? Disappointed.
He's going to be very annoyed. He's going to be frustrated and annoyed. So, we'll see if he can come back in.
Attending quite a lot. I'm surprised he hasn't had any penalties.
At the moment, as it stands,
he's going to be building up and
we'll keep an eye on the
penalties. He loses a bit of his front wing. Square loses a bit of his front wing. He's off the pit, surely.
Who's that? Who did it? Who just lost?
He's a lot down.
Oh, Square.
That
was close. That was close. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, his tyres, those tyres are absolutely must be screaming now. 17 record bar tyres. Bear in mind, he's had a safety car to do with a couple of virtual safety cars. And look at Easton, just literally looking in the background, letting him know, wait, I'm right behind you, and literally take this position when you least expect it. And we're just waiting to see if Overkill's. No, Overkill still hasn't been.
He's going to go for it, maybe. Wise choice.
Look at Easton, he is literally letting Square know all about it. Square just needs to get right back into the pits. He really needs to manage that car back on, but here comes Easton. Is Square going to be into the pits? No, Square stays out again. No flags around sector 4. Look at Easton going the inside. All the way around the corner. Round turn 24. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's Mercedes of Zizo MX. He's lost the car. He's got major wing damage. He's going to have to pit. There's no choice. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be pitting.
Oh no, wow! Square just literally blocked off Baraka as he was coming around to turn 3, and they almost caused Baraka to spin. But I'll tell you what, Square really needs to pit. He needs to get into the pits as quick as he possibly can. That car is just causing loads of issues. He's having a lot of problems with his traction. And what is going on? Luigi's managed to get past him. He's now chasing down Easton, who's sitting in 5th place at the moment. Did a really good race, actually. Bear in mind, he actually didn't qualify in the Q3, and he's in 10th, and he got up to 5th. So a pretty decent race from Easton at the moment.
See if you can hold on to it.
Right. While we're watching that, have a look at what's happening in 2nd place. Lefty, he had a decent gap, and now Viper has managed to catch him up. Bear in mind that obviously Viper's got 11 lap-old tyres, but Lefty's got 13 lap-old tyres. So this is going to be very interesting if we have a look as we come up to literally the latter parts. And we are literally about 11 laps to go in this Singapore Grand Prix Rank F1. We've lost a couple of drivers. We've lost 4 drivers so far: Golden, Barney, and Corey Marshall, and also to go. But at the moment, as it stands, we've got a decent battering going on for Williams, as they've got literally 3rd and 5th, which is a decent 25 points from them. But as also Mercedes are sitting 2nd with 18 points. So not a big leap from the Williams. They really need to get past that Mercedes.
I believe if they do get, I think at this point, I think 2nd and 5th would be enough for Williams to clinch the title, I think.
Yeah, possibly. But I'll tell you what, Square's still staying out, but Baraka's managed to get past him at the moment. Let's have a look at Overkills, and Overkills still hasn't joined us.
As well. Hawk is very, very close to Square's view. He's going to get him before anywhere near before the corner. Surely. He's not have to make a move in the corner. He's going to have to outbreak him. Can he even do that though? He cuts the corner and gets a 3-second time penalty. It's a bit silly from Hawk there. He did not need to make that unnecessary cut. As he. Oh, Square shuts the door. A bit silly from Square knowing the Hawk was there. He could have left him a bit more room.
I don't know actually. It looks like they're back in. Look at this racing point, he's right in the gearbox of Square, and like you said, at the moment Square is literally spinning and swinging all over this. He's got 19 lap on
that's a bit of a wing gone. I think that's Hawk's bit of a wing gone.
Oh, and he goes well Square, he just literally hit the back end of that corner, and
that's literally a bit of his wing.
Megas upstairs. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear.
The same damage as what Square had. He's maybe going to push pit as well onto the soft, maybe use it a few laps.
Well, I think McKay is not trying to back up at the moment, so
heck of a load. He's had an easy race, really.
Well, hold on a minute, let's have a look at Viper. This battle here for 2nd place. Jakey, as you rightly said, he is just living life right in the lead. He's got an 8-second gap. This battle at the moment between 2nd and 3rd is hotting up between the Williams and Mercedes, as here comes Viper. He's going to get his exit, and the Mercedes moves out of the way. There's blue flags. Here comes Viper, literally DRS wide open. Will he have enough time to get past Lefted? He's having a look. Here we go. He's up to 26, and then goes Viper. Literally goes straight past Lefted, but Lefted literally turns around and says, "I'm not going to let you get past." But there goes Viper. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Gets himself up to 2nd place.
No, I'm going to have to chase down Jakey, but he's likely not to do so. It'll be interesting to see if he can, but I doubt he will. Even
He's got 10 laps to do it.
How rapid Viper is. Has Jakey got any penalties? I don't think Viper does.
Well, I mean, Viper's got... Jakey's got 12 lap-old hard tyres. Viper's got 13 lap-old hard tyres. So it's going to be an interesting strategy. We'll see what happens in a moment. The other battle we've got to have a look at is for 5th place at the moment, because Easton's got Luigi catching him down in medium tyres. I think those medium tyres, he's been on the medium tyres for 10 laps now, and it's going to be very interesting to see how those tyres go. Now, I did 16 laps on those medium tyres, and by the time I finished the race, it was at 68% the rear tyres were, and the front left was at 58%. So the front left doesn't get that much sort of wear as the rest of the track does. So it's going to be interesting to see where Luigi finishes. At the moment, Jake has got a 3-second time penalty.
How many has he got?
Right, let me have a look at the the penalty situation. So Jakey has got 1 penalty. Viper has got 2 warnings. Lefted has got a penalty and 2 warnings. Callum has got 2 warnings. Easton has got a penalty and 1 warning. Luigi has
is
two
just
warnings.
behind. He's gonna go for the move.
He
Eason's
does.
down the inside. Eason can't fight it, but Luigi. Oh, they've touched. They've touched. And that, I think that was more Eason's fault than Luigi's. Luigi's fault, sorry. But that's not my decision to make.
Dear.
That's affected
And we got a
Luigi more than
safety
it
car.
has.
And we've got a safety car.
We do, yes.
Right, okay. Oh dear, oh dear, oh
Right
dear.
out of the race. I think that was more self-inflicted rather than that being Easton's fault.
Well,
a bit silly from Luigi, but we'll never know until we won't know until the stewards report comes out, obviously.
well, I'll tell you something,
car.
guys. We've got a safety car. We've got 9 laps to go, and this has just brought.
Jakey B will need a pit.
Jakey will need a pit.
He will have no choice. He
Right.
want to go on this off to try to pull away from. He doesn't
There is
pit.
no. I'm sorry. Yes, he does.
does.
There's no way you can do. I'm not too sure you can do 9 laps in this off tyres. That's asking a lot around this track.
I think he can.
Okay, we'll have a look. Viper in the pits. Lefted in the pits. Callum is coming in the pits. Easton's going to be coming in the pits. He's got wing damage himself.
Pepper's also coming in the pits. He's going to go on the medium.
Right, here we go. So everybody's going into the pits now. It is going to be a soft finish. And there goes... No. Mediums. I thought it might be mediums.
Yeah. Left is gone on the soft. Left has gone on the soft. He's the only man that's gone on the soft so far. That is asking a lot.
9 laps in the soft tyres. Well, bear in mind, hold on a minute. We're saying 9 laps, but bear in mind, obviously you've got the safety car, so it depends on how long it will be before bear in mind, obviously, how many laps it's going to be before the safety car comes in. So let's say it will be 2 laps to come in. That will leave them 7 laps on those soft tyres. And bear in mind, the longer the safety car comes out, the better wear those soft tyres will have.
I think that may have pulled off a good strategy.
It's a possibility.
I think Callum G may lose the position to Leopard. And even Viper. Jakey will need to pull away a few seconds, which I don't know if he'll be able to do. So this race could be all over for him right now.
Well, not only that, but also if you remember, Jakey's got a 3-second time penalty, Viper's only got 2 warnings, and Callum's got a penalty as well. So realistically, I haven't
Left does as well. That's why he's running the soft, I bet.
Yeah, so I'll just have another quick look at the penalty situation again, just to make sure I've got this right. So Jakey's got a penalty. Viper, he's got 2 warnings. We've got Callum. He doesn't have a penalty. He doesn't have a penalty. Lefted does, but he's got 2 warnings. He's close to getting another penalty at the moment. Overkill's now joined, and then he's just left.
No, he's joined. He's joined again.
Okay, so it looks like he's joined again. He's sitting in 5th place at the moment. We've got Square.
Those ties will go to the end, so...
Square's got a penalty and 2 warnings. Overkill, he's got 2 warnings. So, as it stands, what I'm looking at is the top 5. 3 of the top 5 have not got a penalty. So you've got Viper, Callum and Overkill not got a penalty. And you've got Jakey and Lefted, both with penalties, but Lefted is very close to getting a 2nd penalty, so he's got to be very, very quick and very well. He's got to watch himself really. So, and the safety car.
About Jakey not being able to play a few seconds. He's already in yellow fuel. Yeah, okay, we'll be able to catch up back on the safety car, but he's very wary of that because he's already in the danger zone.
It's very true. Luigi has joined us back in again. So he's back into the race again, in 12th place. I'm just keeping an eye on Overkill. So is Overkill's actually in his car, or is he not in his car? I'm not too sure yet. Around. Is he ghosting? I'm not too sure. It looks like he's ghosting. I'm not too sure. Have a look.
Yeah, he is, mate.
Yeah, he is. Board. Yeah, he is. Right. Okay. Right. So Square. Okay. So let's take Overkill out of the situation because he's not. I don't know what happened to him at the moment. I think he's got connections issues, but I'll see him.
McCabe also hasn't joined down yet.
All right, yeah, no,
Oh,
Overkill is actually in a different league. He's actually gone to. He's actually in Rocket League at the moment. Overkill's. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Someone said he joined, so
I don't know what's happened there. So I think we've got an issue there, but that's not happening Overkill. So anyway, let's keep Overkill at the situation then. So Square's got a 3-second time penalty. I know Hawks has got a penalty. So has Oxtease, but Easton, I'm not too sure. He has got a penalty, Easton. We're having a look at this. So we've got 6 laps to go in the Singapore Grand Prix, and the safety car is in this lap.
I mean, I've just seen a couple of followers that have come through.
Right, so we've got 19 viewers at the moment.
Thank you for the followers, guys. That does help out the league massively.
Right, okay, here we go. So we are literally ready to start the last 6 laps of the Singapore Grand Prix for the F1 division of CCRL. Are you ready to get back on board to watch the actual the lead there? Actually, get back on the lead there with
Yeah,
JT.
I've just done that. Yeah, I'm back with him.
Okay, here we go. And Jakey, he's literally, look at Viper. He is ready to pounce at a second notice. Look at Lefty all the way back here. And there goes Jakey, he's in front. There goes Viper. And there we go. We're starting it. Oh no, we got a turn. What's that? Just spun. Hawks has just spun already. Oh my goodness gracious me, that's not helped him at all. What happened there? Right, okay, let's carry on with the rest of the race. Right, so Jakey, he's got first place. He's got Viper all over his backside. There's Callum and there's Lefted in the soft tyre. Right, Square's actually made his way up to 5th. So yeah, unfortunately, Oakers hasn't made it yet. Oaksees, he's in 6th place. Easton's going to make the move past him in 8th place. And then we've got Baraka. He's going to be up into 9th or 8th place actually himself. Here comes Easton, let's have a look. We'll get through it. Hawks has retired. We've lost Hawks.
Retired in the pits, he's a good boy.
Yeah, he did. Right, so Jakey, he is still leading this race, doing a very, very good job in the level now. Viper is just literally trying to catch up with him as quick as he can, but already he's 6 tenths behind Jakey as we're literally looking at this real big battle for first place. And then we've got a 4-car battle. We've got a Mercedes, an Alfa Romeo, a Williams, and a Red Bull, all battling for supremacy to try and win this last race with 6 laps to go. Who's going to win it? Do you reckon it'll be Jakey, or do you reckon Viper will finally finish? Lefty has left the session now.
Oh, Lefted. He lagged out with his left, that's the question.
No, but I'm inviting him back in, so we'll hopefully get him back in sooner rather than later, because he's now back massively up to Callum, and that is going to open the door up to Square, because Square is going to catch him up really, really quickly, and he's going to take 4th place.
Jakey. He's only 5 tenths off the back. Jakey was 106.
Comes Viper.
As of yet, until lap.
No, there won't be no DRS yet, but Jakey's got the fastest lap. Let's have a look. Square, he's having a look. He's going to get past the Lefted at the moment. Here we go. Unless Lefted gets through him. And there we go. Square's moved himself up to 4th place.
Quick as a 2-second time penalty.
Square's got 3 second time penalty.
Ready
Right,
turn
okay.
2. I'm ready turn 2 once again. I said about turn 2.
Dear. Right, okay, here we go. So he's going to be catching up to Lefted anytime soon, and he'll probably be getting past. This is not good for Lefted at all in the Mercedes. This is really, really bad. But unfortunately, this is the sort of thing we've had to put up with, unfortunately, while we've been dealing with the current conditions in the world, haven't we?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just how it goes these days with this game. Constant disconnection. It doesn't necessarily be Wi-Fi, it's more the game rather than anything.
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, look at Viper. He is absolutely massively caught up to Jakey. And this is actually opening up to a really good battle. We're going to keep on this battle here for the lead. And bear in mind, Viper, he has already won the championship, but it's more than that. He wants the Constructors title now. He really wants to literally cement the dominance that he has actually been making with the Williams driver. It's been a fantastic race. We've had a couple of little incidents, but nothing major, really, ever since. It's been a cracking race so far.
It's been really action-packed. It's definitely more action-packed than I expected it to be, considering it's Singapore. It's been very enjoyable.
Very enjoyable. Well, actually, covering us. And DRS is winding up, and we've got 4 laps to go. So Viper's going to have an option to have a look around turn 5. Let's have a look and see what he can do. So we'll have a look as we go on board. Hopefully we'll go on board with him. Let's have a look at left. Let's have a look at Viper. Let's see what he can do as he comes flying in, nicely turned into. He's going to have DRS enabled. Here he goes, up turn 5. He's not close enough to Jakey, but he is slowly but surely catching him up. There you go. I reckon if he was close enough, he would have literally taken the lead. But at the moment, Jakey's still got a decent amount of space, and look at the gap. He's both these two are left to Callum. Woof.
The race was very close to Oxtees.
Well, Oxtees has actually managed to get past a square, and he's moved himself up to 4th place.
Sorry, I missed that.
No, that's all right, actually. No, that's my fault as well. That is my fault. I missed that as well, so don't worry about it. We've been so busy trying to keep up what's going on. But Easton's actually in 6th place. Baraka in the Red Bull, he's in 7th place. At the moment, he's done a really good recovery drive at the moment, Baraka. Now, we haven't even mentioned this at the moment, but we've got to start talking about driver of the day. And as it stands, Square is looking like taking it with 12 positions. But let's leave it up to our viewers. Let's see what they think. Who gets driver of the day tonight? Will it be Square? Will it be Jakey leading the race all the way through? Or will it possibly be Oxtees? When it was the soft tyres, changed it to mediums, he's now sitting in 4th place. Who do you reckon should be driver of the day?
I'm guessing assuming that he keeps his 5th place, but he drops 20 positions, so I think I've got to go for Oxtees, really.
Squares is actually going to have DRS as well as he comes around the last turn. Lefton has joined, and Lefton is in 9th place. Oh dear, it's going to be fuming.
He's on the soft tyres behind to make a move this lap.
Right, okay, let's have a look at this battle then for first. And here comes Viper. He's a little bit closer. Is he close enough to make a move? No, he's not, because Jakey's still got that unbelievable. It's like as if he's got an extra sort of power. It is because of power. If you look at it, Viper's got 19% of his ERS, and Jakey has got 68% of his ERS. And Portly Bill's got another 3 seconds time penalty. Right. This is turning out to be a very good race at the moment. So anyway, 3 laps to go. Jakey's got another 3 seconds time penalty. Right.
Surely that's Viper with the win.
That is Viper with the win. So Viper, I forgot Viper. Actually, do you know what? I was sitting there trying to figure out why Viper was trespassing. You know, I was sitting there going, yeah, he's going to overtake him. He doesn't need to. He's got Jakey's got 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Which, more importantly, hold on a minute, let's have a look at this. So the interval, the leader. Wow, that also brings Callum into it. That brings Callum. Right, okay, so at this present time, Jakey is losing the lead and going down into 3rd place. Unless Oxtees can actually get himself up, there's a possibility that Jakey could even lose out and go into 4th place. That could be devastating for Jakey. He's done such a good job. Unfortunately, the penalties have been picking up left, right and centre. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on now.
Like another warning there for Jakey, possibly. No, I could say in 2 ways. Baraka's also lagged out. This is awful.
This is not very good. There we go. I've sent him an invite anyway. Right, okay. So 2 laps to go. Well, actually, we're only 2.5 laps to go, and Jakey has got just under 2 seconds of lead over Viper. Doesn't make any difference really from this. So let's have a look now. So if we look at the difference. As it stands, Oxtees will be sitting in 4th. Jakey will be taking 4th place unless he gets another penalty. If he gets another penalty and gets 9 seconds worth of time penalties, he will lose all the way down into 5th place. So, I mean, that's not really good news, actually, pretty much, is it? I mean, where do you look at this, Tones? We've got almost 2 laps to go. Viper's going to win the race. At the moment, you've got Williams finishing 1st and 6th. So that's 25. What's that? That's 31
against. We also have a penalty, 2 seconds or 6 seconds. I think it is now. It's great. See how many Easton has? Because we not have any.
Right, okay, well, we'll have a check on that. So, Bear has got he's got 2 penalties, so 6 seconds. Easton has got 1 penalty. So at the moment, as it stands, Easton is looking to possibly get into 5th place.
Another off
So,
even 1.2 seconds ahead of Easton.
actually, that's a good point, actually, isn't it? Oxtease, that's a very good point, actually. Well, that's interesting. Oxtease does not have a penalty at the moment. He's got no penalties. He's only got 2 warnings all race. So, that is very interesting. Oh, McCabe's got up to 10th place. Baraka's down into 11th place. I think Baraka's literally lost it. He's actually not soft tyre. So, where are we now? Okay, now Jakey, he is just got over 2 seconds. But let's look at this interview. Right, the leaders as it stands. Right, Callum, he's just over 6 seconds. So as it stands, he's just within the cusp. So Callum really needs to push it. Really needs to get pushed if he wants a podium. Because at the moment, he's still sitting on a podium. He's looking at 3rd place, but he could get 2nd if he finishes within 6 seconds of Jakey. So. But even so, Oxford, he's not going to get in the 4th. He's going to finish in 4th place. And we've got Square, who's actually in 5th place, but he's going to lose if he doesn't get further. If he doesn't get past Oxtease, then obviously Easton will take 5th place in the Williams. And we are literally down to the last lap. Right, here we go. So the last lap of the race. Signs. Driver of the day. Who are we going to give it to?
I think I've got to give it to Oxtease. Not a single penalty so far this race. And he has, well, I can't quite remember where he qualified, but I think he has the
11th place.
Yeah, that's
he's only 11th place.
He made 7 positions, which is very good for himself.
What about Square? I know he's got 2 penalties, but obviously Square, 12 positions made. He's up into 5th place.
Quite a bit, and I don't.
Okay,
I think it's a good drive for him. He's leading at 1 point. I really don't think
well, congratulations there, Oxley. You have got driver of the day, but we're going to keep on our race leader, who is... Oh, we've got a great helicopter view here. That's absolutely fantastic. What a great helicopter view here of our race leader, JK. But unfortunately, he is not going to win the race, so we might as well go with ERL Viper, who is actually going to win this race. And it is going to be interesting. Let's have a look at this leader situation. Yeah, it looks as if JK will get 2nd, but at the moment, Callum has got just over 6 seconds behind Jakey. So as it stands, Jakey will get 2nd, but he will finish the race. He will cross the line as 1st place, but he will not get 1st because of the positions, because of the penalties. But here he comes round the last chicane. Beautifully done. We're coming to the end of the lap, the end of the Singapore Grand Prix for the F1 division. Nicely turned around 22 and 23, and goes a little bit too deep, and there he goes. He finishes the race. Viper does take the win. Callum, he does cross into 3rd. Oxley, he will come around and he gets 4th place. Square makes it in 5th. Easton, he makes it up to 5th place. Palsy Boots, where did he finish in the race? He finishes in 7th, I believe.
he was 7th.
He does. Congratulations to JK. I know he did cross the line first, but also Viper with those penalty situations didn't have a penalty or race. But congratulations to Oxtease for driver of the day. And there you go. Williams take the win. And more importantly, they get 1st and 5th. And unfortunately, Mercedes driver can only make, I think he actually finished in 9th place, I'm not too sure. Right, Saints. Do you want to take us through while I just invite our top 3 into a party?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the interviews. Oh, I'm not a good interview at all. I'll give it a go.
Right, it's okay, no problem.
So ERL Viper wins the race after finishing behind on track, but did very well to not getting any penalties. On a track like Singapore, it's very easy to do. Jakey was one of the unlucky ones to grab 2 penalties. I'm sure it's not ideal for himself, and I think he's kicking himself really because he should have won that race. He definitely deserved to win the race. He commanded the whole race, made barely any mistakes, and he really enjoyed himself out there. Callum in 3rd place, and your driver of the day, Oxley's in 4th place. Also, Jakey did take the fastest lap of the 37.3.
Well, hopefully that was a very good race actually for everything else. So we've got all 4 of our drivers actually joined us tonight. which is fantastic. If you just click the box at the top there, guys, to just include your audio, it'd be really good. Thank you very much. And we will start. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll start with the driver of the day. Let's start with the driver of the day, ABR XTs. Thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations on getting 4th place and doing a really good job. Qualified 11th, got into 4th, and got driver of the day today for doing a fantastic job in getting no penalties as well, along with 2 other drivers. Talk to us about your race.
Yeah, cheers. So we started off on the hards. We started outside the top 10. So obviously the strategy was go to hards and mediums. Had a good start, kept in the DRS of the mediums in front, dropped the other hard runners, so I was in a really good position. Got a bit screwed over by the first safety car, so I had to pit for the softs and back to the hards. 16th after that safety car, and it was just picking them off one by one and keeping out of keeping out of trouble, to be honest. And that's exactly what we did. To get P4 in the end, I'll definitely take that. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, you did a very good job. But there's just one question I've got for you before I let my co-commentator ask you a couple of questions as well. You jumped onto the soft tyres, but then you didn't. Did you sort of think to yourself, I made a mistake here, I better go back in when there's a safety car and get the hard tyres, or was that sort of a bit of a blip?
It was more of a strategic decision because we started on the hards, and we knew that the mediums would not go to the end. We had another set of hards for the harder strategy, so we pitted for the softs, and we knew that if we had to pit at the end again, then we'd be just screwed over. So I've pitted in for another set of hards, giving up trap position, but you have to pit to the end of the race. So yeah, it was a strategic decision.
Fair enough. Mr. Sainz, have you got anything to ask our driver of the day before we go on to our 3rd place finisher?
I think you've asked all the questions about what I need to ask. Good drive, Oxys.
Yeah, cheers.
Okay, no worries. Well done, Oxys. Congratulations on the driver of the day. Let's go on to our 3rd place finisher, Callum, in the Red Bull. Sainz, would you like to ask you take a lead on this one? Go for it.
Well, I can't remember quite where you qualified. Where was he qualified? Do you remember?
5th.
I think I got the capture, so I'll just quickly look at that rather than just.
Yeah, he's just so there's no point in us doing interviews. Well, we'll continue on anyway.
Wait,
so
it started again now.
Anyway, so.
But
anyway,
it just paused.
Alright, okay, no worries.
It started again now.
Sorry about that, guys. Apologies for that. Sorry, Callum. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, buddy. But I was just picking up from where it was. So, you had a decent race. There was a possibility you was going to get 2nd, but unfortunately you didn't get close enough. You were just over the 6 seconds. So obviously, 2nd place Jakey was, I think even though he had 2 penalties, and I'll come to him in a second, that obviously you must have been sitting there thinking, oh, I've got a podium, I'm doing really well, and at one point you was actually catching up with Viper, but then you sort of, did you have a bit of an incident, or did you lose a bit of time, or was it just like you just thought I'm going to just secure 3rd here?
Oh, I knew Jake had the 6 seconds because on the pie with him, so I kind of knew that it was on the cards, but I also knew I had 2 warnings which I picked up really early on in the race, and I knew, I think it was the lad behind me, he wasn't that, he was kind of in that 3-second range, so it was trying to manage both, trying to push it also not get that other warning, so I knew if I got that then I probably wouldn't have even got a 3rd, so I think that's probably why the pace dropped off a little bit then, just because I was trying to be a bit more cautious, trying to not get that 3rd warning.
But by all means, though, anyway, Cam, that was a fantastic performance from you. 3rd place, no penalties as well, so congratulations on that side of things. Right, let's go to the man that crossed the line in 1st, but unfortunately picked up 2 penalties, and I'm pretty sure that he was kicking himself a little bit. Jakey, unlucky there, man, but still got second place, so pretty decent position for yourself. But it's a shame though, because you led that race from start, but pretty much you had it in the bag for quite some time, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm just a bit of a mong, really. I knew, like, I was like in the first stint, I was just like pacing myself, I was fine. But then as soon as that first safety car came out, I was like, oh, okay. But then the second one came out when I had a penalty, I was fuming. Like, and then I tried to push too hard, got the penalties and got second.
Well, you know, in the day, like I said, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been third, but still second position is still a decent battle. Bearing in mind, you managed to keep the championship winner behind you by 2 seconds at most of the time. Bearing in mind, he was battling you quite a bit, so you got to be pleased about that, though. Really.
Yeah, but Viper's a big noob anyway, so yeah. I was quite happy with my pace, considering I did like 2 laps of practice.
Your pace is very, very good. Can I just ask you one question though before I get past you the Saints? What was that shenanigans going around in Q3 doing those donuts? Did you actually do that on purpose, or was you having a few problems?
Oh yeah, no, I'm joking. I was just messing about. I don't talk about that, and I'm probably going to get a 10-second penalty anyway. So
okay, no worries. We won't talk about that anyway. Simons, anything you'd like to ask second place J-Man there?
I think you've just about covered it, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Good drive from you, Jakey. You were unlucky with the penalties.
Now, we save the best for last, obviously. Our championship winner. And it looks as if Williams might have just secured the constructors with that decent sort of position. So, congratulations today on the positions there, Viper. Talk to us about your racing, buddy, because I know you had a really good race in Spa, but this one was a little bit more half-forward, wasn't it? Well, I know you obviously won the championship anyway, but obviously, I mean, going into this race, obviously you had a battle with Mercedes and Haas for the constructors. Obviously, with your teammate Easton picking up 5th, which gives you 30 points. When the Haas drivers didn't race today, and obviously Lifted had a bit of a connection issue. Pretty much all sunken is done and dusted, or are you still a little bit concerned? Bearing in mind we've got Japan next week. Fair enough, no problem at all. That's not a problem, mate. Stones, anything you'd like to ask our race winner? Anything at all?
Yeah. How did you go about, trying not to pick up penalties and stay within that 6 seconds? Obviously, if you picked up one penalty, you'd have to stay within 3 seconds. So how hard was it to not cut to extent and get that 3 seconds? You were aware of his full 6 seconds at the beginning? Were you aware of the whole 6 seconds that he had overall? Yeah.
Everyone on the planet.
You all party together.
Or
Makes
a
sense.
party. So basically, every time you heard him go, "Oh crap," you was like, "Yeah, another penalty. Happy days." Fair enough, fair enough. Before we go then, guys, just got one question. I want just one answer, literally either yes or no. Are you looking forward to Japan? So we'll start with the driver of the day, Oxys. Oxys, looking forward to Japan, yes or no?
No.
Right. Callum?
Yes.
Jakey?
Yeah.
I think we already heard your answer, but what was it, Viper? Yeah, no worries.
I can't wait to spin off the curb and die. I can't wait.
Well, we will. Well, it will be the same time same time, same place next week. Hopefully, we'll have centre back. But thank you very much, Science, for joining me in my second week of commentary. It was a very enjoyable, fun-packed, action-packed race, I have to say. So had everything in there. So congratulations to all 4 of you, and we look forward to seeing where you guys finish in the Japanese Grand Prix next week. And that's it from us, I think. There you go, you can leave to the scene now, Science.
Yeah.